Throw gang, we are joined by the timepiece titan, the dial Don Dada, you old and broke, he Nouveau riche. Must be urologist how he got AP. He's shitting on your wrist, that's a butt dial. Got the Rolex Pro because his wrist going crazy. Must be a Bolshevik because he's coming for the crown. Oh, you like horology? How about whores all into G's nuts? The big bezel baller, king of the clasp, dick pointed south because he busts down. Timepiece going nuts and busting, that's a wristicle. Must be a stud because you know he got that strap on. The mainspring, his main ting. No filler, just big faces. So fly, call him Birdman of the lugs. He watches the Watchmen, watch dealer, content creator, and overall watch savant, Mike Nouveau. Mike, how the hell are you?
That was amazing.
Welcome.
Incredible. I'm great. Thank you very much for having me.
Would that go well on TikTok?
I think so. That's a good one.
Dick pointed south because he bust down. Well done.
You're a big bust down fella, right?
Yeah, I love bust downs.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever owned a bust down? No.
Never.
Plain Jane's exclusively?
Only plain Jane. I mean, it could have factory diamonds.
Right. No, of course.
Yeah, of course. But otherwise, yeah, plain Jane.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, of
Duh.
course.
You and
Plain
Ferg.
James.
Mike, long time coming. We're so happy to have you, dude.
I'm happy to be here.
Let's do a fit check real quick. I mean, we obviously want to talk about what's on the wrist, but the choice for you in terms of everything else that you're wearing, you want to go top down or bottom up?
Bottom up.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Like Trey
All right.
Songz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's why we have that rule in place because of Trey Songz.
First Trey Songz reference of the new year. Mark it
of
down.
all time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's on the dogs?
feet, I got the Stussy Timberlands
Mm.
with the, was it a kangaroo, ostrich leather uppers.
With the lime laces.
Yep. I got the Namacheko, like red jeans.
Are these like a printed denim?
No, it's not. I think it's just a really weird wash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. They're cool.
Shout out to Namacheko.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about them.
It's like big. It's like bigger brain, but not like huge brain.
Are they
you know?
Russian?
I think like
think
one of
so.
those other countries, like,
Oh,
like Hungarian or some shit.
Okay.
You know?
Some Eastern Bloc bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, what about the socks?
Socks are just, I think, Uniqlo.
Okay.
Nice.
I got the Cortez sweatshirt.
So that's how you pronounce it. We know
I
you're
think
boys
so.
with Clint.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
how do you
pretty
not know your besties with Clint? You don't know how to pronounce it?
sure. Cortez, I think.
Okay.
Cortez.
I think.
Are you on Cortez?
I don't know.
Are you on Cortez
So,
flow?
but people say Cortez.
Right.
Cortez.
Cortez.
No, that's definitely not correct. It's I say Cortez. I think it's Cortez. I think you could also say Cortez. I think
Okay.
both are
Thank
acceptable,
you.
to be honest.
Good to know.
Clint
wait,
weighing
so-
in the comments.
To James's question, did you get that free shit from Clint?
I paid for this.
Nice.
I didn't even tell him I was ordering it. I just like to support.
Okay.
But
Wow,
do you
what a guy.
Do you put like in the company name like Nouveau Industries so you know hopefully someone sees it? I do that with throwing fits.
When I
sometimes
do the
I'm ordering-
order?
When I'm ordering something, sometimes I'll be a company throwing fits.
No, I
in
just
case-
just my name. I mean,
And I'm
That's really
supposed to be
funny.
the thirsty one, but that's
Do you-
kind of an interesting move. I like
Do you
that.
have a business?
yeah. I mean, I have just an LLC that I do business under.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Nouveau LLC?
Michael
or?
Nouveau LLC.
Okay. Mike,
Yeah.
oh, excuse
You
me.
want to dox me?
You didn't come up with like a cool like
Yeah.
watch pun like
Like Time for Wrists LLC
Yeah,
or anything like that?
yeah.
No. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know if maybe I'll need to change it. I've had this same LLC forever, so it wasn't originally watch specific.
what's under the Cortez?
I'm pretty sure this is just like a Uniqlo shirt.
Okay.
Nothing super exciting. I got the Fugazi hat.
Shout out
Actually,
Trev, dude.
yeah, I actually don't know if this is Fugazi or Fugazi. Fugazi,
It's a
like the
woozy, it's a
band?
wazzy. It's
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's Fugazi.
I thought Fugazi. I wasn't sure if it was the Donnie Brasco way. Fugazi.
Right, right.
I say
What'd you call
Fugazi
me?
just because of the band. Just because of the band.
Yeah, right.
right.
Shout out DC.
Yeah.
What about the big fucking parka?
Oh, yeah.
dude.
I got the Junior Watanabe North
Amari?
Face,
Yeah.
from fall winter 2017. I think I got it new back then.
Mm.
I haven't worn it in a while. I thought I would bust it out. It's pretty cool.
Can I ask you a loaded question real quick?
Please.
So every time I've seen you or anytime anyone's seen you, you kind of have like the Mike Nouveau uniform. You definitely strayed today. Was that on purpose or am I also just bugging?
Well, the uniform is not intentional. It's just more of a laziness thing. It's not
Okay.
like a
It's not intentional.
no.
In
It's
terms of like, I'm a uniform guy.
no, but I mean, I like a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff that I buy, gets better with patina, whether it's boots,
Mhm.
watches, jeans, or leather jackets.
You're an under the hood motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure.
That
So
guy likes his wear and tear.
yeah, I definitely do like some honest wear and tear. But no, I mean,
Just
also,
dishonest wear and tear.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
and-
buying some
yeah. I
guy's,
basically,
like,
I
used
basically
shit.
have that Fine Creek like horse leather jacket that I wear.
Mhm.
That honestly looks really amazing after it's been worn for like 3 or 4 years. I rock that the Carhartt Awake collab
Mhm.
that got flowed to me.
Friends and fam, though.
Yeah,
you know.
for sure. And that was like the only warm thing in my. I had like I didn't pay any attention to men's fashion for about a decade. like from,
And then the wrist
That's
started.
you were still partying.
yeah, basically. So I
and then
really,
the watch started talking to you like the Green Goblin mask.
exactly right. Like
So
the
did you get
telltale
dressed
heart.
up for us or not? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
turned it up a little bit
That's
for
nice.
us.
That's
so.
all I wanted.
You busted out the big Junior. Come on now.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean that
Fuck
used
on.
to be my daily. If you scroll back far enough on the Instagram, you'll see that a lot. That
Okay.
was
well.
like-
There's a lot of reels now clogging up that.
I know
fucking
you're right.
feed,
Now it's
so
all watch
I
stuff.
don't have
You
the time.
I know you have to scroll back.
Do you have a
real far.
burner that isn't watch stuff?
Nope.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wasn't even intending on doing anything on Instagram. I was pretty TikTok specific, and then Instagram was like personal stuff. No, not private, but just,
Right,
like,
right,
my,
right.
just my personal stuff. And then
Where does the brand end and the personal
it's
begin,
true,
Michael?
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't separate the art from the artist.
No, you cannot.
And
Can't
then
separate the watch from the wrist.
and then I started reluctantly doing reels as well, just putting the TikToks also onto Instagram reels, and so now it's all watch.
You
stuff
got it,
on
man.
the Instagram.
You fucking got
Yeah.
it. What are the panties?
Calvin Klein.
Nice.
Yeah,
Boxer
I've
briefs?
got that. Boxer briefs, of
Nice.
Of course.
Of course.
And let's finally
Let's get to the wrist.
before we get to
Yes.
the wristicle.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other hardware on you?
No, I don't really wear accessories. I got the Jacques Marie Mage
Ooh,
sunglasses.
JM.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have like 8 pairs of these.
What? What?
Yeah.
For real, dude?
Yeah.
How are you a
And
collector?
I mean, it is something funny where it's like people do buy, sell, and trade them. And
There's like a bus and secondary market for JMM.
there really
A
is.
dealer's chat.
There's like on Style Forum, there's like, I mean, that's a throwback. There's like 1,000-page thread or something
Wow,
on
God.
J. Yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought a pair in over a year and a half now. It's like I see every douchebag in town wearing these
Sure.
things. Like everyone, like all these
But-
Kendall Roy wannabes.
You gotta
Right.
tap
now
into-
I see them every 20 a day. So
But
now,
and
like,
that
You got to
bothers
tap
you?
in with Dita.
Yeah.
I had Ditas back in the day.
Yeah. That's the, I think
I had
that's
those
the
Tom
Galaxy
Brown
brand move.
Ditas, I think.
Okay.
Mm.
Wait, so seeing other fucking, or seeing bozos wearing JMMs bums you out? Because the watch game is the same shit.
Right. Yeah.
If
Lots
not
of bozos
times
there as well.
1,000.
Yeah.
Right. No, for sure. No, you're right. But I don't know. There is something. I think anybody who, is into something specific and you start seeing it on every stockbroker in town,
Right.
it's, I don't, whatever. It's not like I stopped wearing them, but, I probably don't need any more than 8 pairs.
Definitely
Probably
not at all, dude.
What's the biggest bozo watch right now?
Wow. That's so tough.
Because there's so many options.
99% of them are bozo watches, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
The majority. Well, yeah, the majority.
Yeah. Huge majority are
but like, what
are
sticks
bozo
out
watch-
to you just like
Yeah, the du
immediately
jour.
off top?
God, I mean, I can go niche or I can go specific. I mean, big Rolexes, like
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Let me just
sorry.
move my arm. It's not that big.
present company excluded.
Like the big fucking
Like
the fuck you
a
faces.
yacht master,
Yeah, I'm not
I hate
a
that
Yacht
watch.
Master fan, not a Sky Dweller fan.
Panerai, still bozo move.
I mean, it's almost so far gone that it's almost back again.
Right, because it's
Ooh.
like the
It's
circle
like
of life.
Yeah.
the skinny jeans of watches.
But yeah, it
ain't skinny,
really,
though.
really is. And what's
That's a
funny, it's
tank.
funny you say that because I do notice like like dudes who have been wearing big watches so long are so reluctant to go any smaller. Then once they finally relent, like it's almost going to be too late, and we're going to be back around again.
Right. They
Like there's
blew it.
definitely dudes who just started wearing skinny jeans 2 years ago,
Sure.
and it's kind of a
When are we going to bring back pocket watches?
God. I mean,
Monocles and pocket watches.
They had a huge moment like 20 or 30 years ago where
In
they
like
were-
steam, like hipster steampunk era?
no,
Like,
I mean, with even amongst real collectors, I have like
what?
I have like 400 old auction catalogs from like
Yeah.
the 70s on, and like half of those auction catalogs consisted of pocket watches up until like the late 90s.
That's so whack, dude.
Literal pocket watching. You hate to see it.
Yeah, it's true,
Yeah.
literal.
So what are you rocking today,
Oh, let's
Okay,
get to it.
yeah.
Michael?
So this is this has sort of become my daily driver. This is my my Cartier. It's called the Coussin. Really, people call it the Bamboo.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can
Beautiful
see it
piece,
over
yeah.
there. It's a really rare one. It's more rare than like even the Cartier Crash. They made it for a couple of years in the late 70s, and I always wanted one. I think I had only seen like 3 of them in real life.
Damn.
And then
Wow.
I got a really, really lucky call that someone had one for like nothing. I mean,
had you put out the bat
relatively
signal?
nothing.
Had you put out the bat signal that this was something you had been hunting down, or did you just kind of
No, I mean, I try not to do that because then people will kind of try to,
they'll snake you?
yeah, for sure. They'll
Oh,
squeeze
shit,
you.
it's like that.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. But I had mentioned it in videos, like here's some cool Cartiers that you've never
Right.
heard of, blah, blah, blah. And then someone hit me up, not because of that, just because they had it and they thought of me. which is kind of the benefit of talking about this stuff all day long is people think of you when they find something. And sometimes that something is really rare or valuable.
Is that the most you've ever spent on a timepiece personally for yourself?
No, but it's probably the most valuable one.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But
so you got a real deal on it or a deal-ish.
Yeah. I did a whole video of like starting when this guy texted me. I started recording because I knew it was going to be kind of a grail pickup.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of documented it and then I got it and I posted about it. And then like, there was actually like an article that mentioned the video about the Cartier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they kind of referenced this and the fact that the Cartier market's been, the vintage Cartier market has been exploding. And then one of these went at auction for like 60 grand, like a couple of weeks later. And that prompted even more kind of articles about, within the watch world.
So this is the Mike Nouveau effect we're talking about?
Yeah, right? So you have...
I guess so. I mean, and a lot of people already associate this watch with me and there's just so few of them.
Wait, real talk. If you start pumping a watch, if you're just like, yo, this thing's fire, this thing's rare, whatever, are you in a position in the watch world where it will garner more attention, more dollars, more fucking hunters and seekers and gatherers that are like going to actually look for, what is it, the bamboo?
Yeah, the bamboo. Yes, I say, I mean, I can do that. I haven't intentionally done it. I suppose I could.
If we put out great power comes great responsibility.
If we put out a Throwing Fits watch and we like slide you a little fucking envelope, you'll be like, yo, a Throwing Fits watch is fucking...
It would have to be a thick envelope.
Okay,
but we could talk about it.
Okay.
Let's start with Sea Dwellers so I could just flip this for a little.
Yeah, Sea Dwellers, the hot new watch.
You heard it here first. Clip it.
And you are
49 millimeters.
And you're sipping on a Diet Pepsi.
A DP.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers to you.
Superior to Diet Coke. Can we just fucking say that on the record?
Well, what's funny is that I was drinking Diet Coke from basically an infant up until like 10 years ago. Maybe that's how I ended up this way. And then I actually did quit like cold turkey. And then when I kind of started...
Fell off the wagon with the DP.
It was kind of an intentional. I'm like, you know what? If I start with Diet Pepsi, it's not the same.
Right. Okay.
It's like...
It's a whole new addiction.
Exactly. Like if I just do pills, it's not the same as like cocaine. So I could like start doing pills.
Yes.
Not that I do that, but...
This is sound logic. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
And now, whatever.
Wow. We got the real Pepsi generation over here. Jesus
But you prefer DP over DC?
As of now, yes. Also, growing up, all the pizza places had Diet Pepsi and other restaurants had Diet Coke. So I associate Diet Pepsi with like pizzerias.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nyack, New York.
Okay. Is that a Northeast thing? Because I feel like Pepsi joints, like Pepsi cornered the market on pizza joints.
Maybe. I mean, probably.
Like probably thinking back as a kid.
Some mafia shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Ask Scar. All right.
I'll ask Scar. You're from Bergen County.
Yes, sir.
So I'm from Rockland County, New York.
Yeah.
So I just heard you mention that recently. I didn't know that you're from the WA.
Mawa, yeah, baby.
Yeah. I had a bunch of friends. I grew up like kind of skateboarding over there.
Okay, Route 17 North, baby.
Yeah,
the vibes.
Yeah, Paramus
Did you know this guy? Did you
No.
No, we didn't cross paths.
We
didn't
cross decks.
Yeah. The worst seller at the local David Hollister or whatever. Like,
no, dude, it's first of all
Hollister,
straight up.
What, you don't know about Hollister?
No, but he worked there.
Yeah,
you did?
Yeah, I worked at a Hollister.
Wow.
I was fired,
shirtless?
That's where you fell in love with
No,
clothes.
I wasn't.
Okay.
But I was like in the front of the store. I wasn't like relegated to the back.
You didn't see him at 21, bro? You didn't tap in and see him at 21?
I did see it on my way here. I tapped in.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sipping on DP and Greenpoint's finest.
Yep.
All right, fit check, drink check, complete. Right? Fully?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get into the meat.
Cool, let's do it.
Podcast. Mike Nouveau.
Yes.
First question.
Mm-hmm.
Big watch pod. What time is it?
Let me check my phone.
Please. Yeah.
Nice. Nailed it.
It's 1:53.
1:53. 2 weeks after the Super Bowl live.
Oh, you're already getting out ahead of it.
Yeah. Okay, besides this bamboo watch, what watches do you actually wear? Do you have are you a rotation guy? Or are you like
I do have a rotation. I don't have any right now. There are no Rolexes in the collection.
By design?
I mean, I had one, my first one ever, and then I kind of got out of it.
Okay.
Because I was just kind of burned out on it. And people are like, no, you can't sell it. It's your first watch ever. And I was like, I don't really have any nostalgia about it. So I traded it. And then
what was that Rolly?
That was a Rolex GMT, a vintage one from 1967.
Oh, right. With the beautiful fuchsia
bezel insert for the nerds out there. And it was the first watch I ever got. I never had watches growing up. My family didn't have watches.
You have a Casio calculator?
No, not even that. I had like no watches growing up, period.
Are Rolex guys like a certain subset of watch guys?
No, I think it's like the majority of watch guys are Rolex guys. I mean, I wouldn't say anybody like, I can't think of any collector who straight up dislikes Rolex. I mean, they're the kings for sure.
Right. It's like the Nike of
it's just like the modern stuff is like completely uninspired and uninteresting.
So do you think that you're then one of the few that's like a public harsh critic of Rolex? Or is that
I mean,
kind
there's
of
so
the-
many like little communities within the watch collector community. A lot of the dudes I follow and interact with a lot, all kind of
Too cool
collect
for
the
school?
same. No, it's not too cool. It's not too cool for school, but it's like a little boring.
Yeah.
I mean, if you talk about modern Rolexes, they're essentially mass produced items. They're like, it's like the Apple
Right.
of what, which is perfectly fine. And like, they still make amazing stuff. And at the end of the day, that's what's important. It's a durable watch you could probably have for your entire life.
Mhm.
In terms of collecting, it's not hyper interesting to me because,
it.
When
Yeah.
did Rolex fall off in your estimation? Name the year.
I mean, this is truly my opinion because probably nobody else would ever say Rolex has fallen off for, I don't know, 1997.
Damn, tough year.
Yeah.
Woo. Clinton, baby.
Damn. What happened in 97?
Clinton. The internet. Bill Gates.
No, they just kind of, that was just one kind of era where it went from more vintage feeling to more modern feeling with the change in production and stuff. It's real nerdy stuff that
Okay.
no one really cares about. But I don't know. I would say people say, when do you consider vintage? I say for Rolex, late 90s, 2000, just because that's an easy time to date it because there's before that and there's after that. And they
That
kind of
line of
change production.
demarcation. Yeah. Gotcha.
Nerdy shit.
Does Rolex hate this guy?
Yeah.
Probably don't even know I exist. I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah, probably not.
What you have relationships with what? Cartier?
Cartier, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Audemars Piguet.
Nice.
Not relationships. I mean, they know
Contacts.
I exist.
Yeah.
Contacts. So I don't get flowed anything, nothing like that.
You have one of those peacock watches from
Corum?
Yamir Yager. What's that brand called?
Corum is the one that does the peacock watches.
Okay.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Those are coming back.
Is Yager an ambassador or something?
No,
or?
what was the?
Jaeger-LeCoultre.
Yeah, that one.
They don't-
Yager.
That's what I thought he said.
No, they don't do the peacock feather. That's a different brand, but I love Jaeger-LeCoultre. They're amazing.
There's so much money flying around the watch world, obviously,
Insane
especially
amounts.
now more than ever.
Yes.
And I think that the watch world has embraced. They were a little late. Well, the content creators were late to the watch game, but the watch industry has kind of embraced the content creators. Like, and there's so much money flying around. Are you scared to be, or are most people, and are you scared to be like critical of like certain brands or certain models when there is like kind of this, I don't know, quid pro quo relationship going around?
I mean, I guess it's the kind of the, with every I'm not a journalist, but probably journalists deal with this all the time as well. Where it's like, okay, if they're really nice to you and they're flying you around and you befriend everyone at the company, are you really going to like talk shit about them?
Right.
Even if there is something to talk shit about. I try not to do too many negative videos, even though those are the ones that get the most views.
Oh, really?
Always, of
Yeah.
course, dude.
Hate.
But there's some brands that like I can't imagine fucking with almost no matter what.
Really?
I mean, as of right now, again, things come full circle, and maybe in 10 years, Hublot will be the coolest watch brand again. I don't know, maybe.
Oh.
But
Let's
like,
get Jay-Z on the horn and
does-
fucking push some bars.
It does rhyme with your last name, kind of.
Nouveau Hublot.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying to think of some shit
unfortunate.
for the intro, but
Oh.
couldn't think of it.
Okay.
So is this your Grail watch, or is there something now that you've acquired this? Does something else
Well,
pique your fancy, tickle your pickle?
there's always another pickle tickler in the
An
future.
itch to scratch.
But I do think people overuse the term Grail. To me, Grail should be like kind of a once in a lifetime
Okay.
thing that may be completely unobtainable.
A
And it's-
one and done, straight up.
Yeah, and it was something that's most likely unobtainable, I'd say, is what I would call a Grail. Everyone uses it now, so I kind of started
It's like
using
goat.
Basically, yes.
There can only be one goat by definition.
Right. I probably have like 10 different Grails currently. And
So what are
it
they?
changes. Okay. Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar.
Sure, of course.
A Perpetual Calendar chronograph from Patek Philippe.
So two
What,
Pateks.
what price range are we talking? Are we in the seven figgies? What are we doing?
No, for the Perpetual Calendar, I mean, mine is for the watch nerds, the reference $39.40. You can get them between $40,000 and $70,000.
Easy, light work.
And then the Perpetual Calendar chronograph, I would want like a vintage one. So like a reference $24.99, and you're talking about closing in on $1 million, between $500,000 and $1 million. John Lennon had one.
Okay.
And it's-
When he was shot?
Yeah, no, but he got it.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at the time.
imagine.
Time of
to
death.
die.
Time of death.
I think he was wearing, I don't remember. I think he was wearing like a simple Patek Philippe when he was shot.
Yo, that'd be a fire.
Ever go up for auction? That's
no,
crazy.
but the $24.99, this really, without the John Lennon provenance, this is an extremely important and rare watch.
Why
He
is it
had
important?
one. It's just like an
Which it
icon, like an icon amongst icons, sort of. And it's just like
it was like the Paul Newman effect, the Brando effect. Like if a celeb is wearing
well,
it,
it's not super known. The fact that he owned one is not like talked about the way that Paul
Okay,
Newman is
sure.
talked about. However, this watch reappeared. Apparently, the story is maybe his driver stole it or something like that.
Finesse.
And then it went to like a small, maybe German auction house like 30 years ago.
Is it
be the
and
ones
sold. Yeah. The Germans, they never take other people's property and
No, not
kinds
at
of
all.
trauma.
It's coming up
for
a
sure
lot
not.
on the
Yeah,
pod.
yeah. And then so the person who bought it kept it in a safe or something, and then there was potentially a lawsuit, a 3-way lawsuit with like Yoko Ono, the estate, the auction house, the owner of who really owns this thing. And there's literally, I think, a lawsuit in New York, a lawsuit in Geneva. But if it does clear up and this thing goes to auction, this will probably be the most expensive watch or expensive vintage watch ever sold.
What are we talking?
$30 to $50 million.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you think it's going to go up? Do you think this will all be resolved?
I don't know. I feel like it's almost too good of a story to be true.
Okay.
I mean, it's true. The watch is, I mean, there's a famous photo with him wearing it, literally
Is
like
he doing
this.
is he doing the funny John Lennon walk? The Conor McGregor walk?
He's standing and he has it like this, just like a few months before he died. It's probably, without that photo, there'd probably be far, far less interest. 'Cause I don't know if there's any other photos.
Could have been a
of him wearing
robbery
it.
gone wrong, dude.
He should have
Gotta talk to
fucking
Hinckley, dude.
He should have
Yeah.
flicked up his wrist more for IG.
He should have thought ahead.
If I may make a suggestion, why don't you do a content series of famous people and the watches they were wearing when they got fucking yopped?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
What was Archduke Ferdinand wearing when he got fucking exploded,
Pocket watch. Pocket
Yeah,
watch.
probably
for
a
sure.
pocket watch. Yeah.
Lincoln, pocket watch.
Shinzo Abe.
Yeah,
Probably had the
Ooh.
Grand Seiko.
Yeah, probably.
for sure.
The snowflake joint, dude.
So is that your Mount? So there's a difference between like Grails and then like Mount Rushmore. Because Mount Rushmore, I feel like is less personal speaking. Just what do you consider the 4 greatest watches of all time?
Yeah.
Unranked.
Platonic ideals, right?
Okay. So let's say the Patek Philippe 2499.
Okay. up there.
Yep. So also John Lennon's is Tiffany signed.
Oh, there you go.
That's another aspect of it.
What's the difference between signed and stamped, or just
Same thing?
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, back in the day, brands would send their watches to retailers, and then the retailers would also put their names on the dial.
Got it.
And now, 10 million years later, that's worth a lot more if that's the case.
Gotcha.
Okay, I would love a Cartier tank cintre, which is like the curved tank. It's kind of like the Cartier collector's Cartier. It's like
If you
it's
know,
a
you know.
it's a long curved tank, and it was the ones from like the 20s to the 70s are very iconic, very
If it's
rare.
curved, it feels better.
Exactly right.
Curved for her pleasure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Curved but not ribbed, unfortunately. What else? Also, speaking of the sign dials, Cartier put their name on a few Rolexes.
Ooh.
And those sell for like
Gangbang.
It's like the Gucci Balenciaga collab. Like,
basically, yeah. Basically, so you could find potentially, they're extraordinarily rare, a Rolex Submariner that's signed Cartier
So
on it.
sick, dude.
And then you're talking about $250,000 probably.
Woo.
Yeah, but I always wanted one of those.
it's like graffiti artists fucking tagging over their op
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Sure.
I like that. Okay.
Yo, Rolex is toy.
Exactly.
Exactly like that.
Exactly.
So what is that? 2, 3? Is that 2?
That's 3.
Yeah.
That's 3.
Oh man, I should have thought about this more.
Just the goat. Or one of 4 goats. Just again.
Who are we carving
In the watch world, what is the
fucking
the most important shit?
This is my opinion, or if
Your opinion of what's the most important, but not your opinion of what is most important. Like, not
okay, I was
what
giving
want
you.
the
I was
most.
giving you my Mount Rushmore.
Well,
Keep
no,
it going.
it's
Just
gonna
keep
be.
it going.
Okay. I mean, you could say a Paul Newman Daytona would be on the
Mhm.
list. I mean, I don't care about them that much, but like if you're talking about a Mount Rushmore, that probably goes on there. God, I would love like a very early Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso. There's a lot of other Cartiers I want. It's hard.
Is Cartier
because-
your number one?
Right. I'd say right now they're my number one, and it's like a very interesting facet of the watch collecting world because they really made so few watches up until like the 1970s.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about like low thousands per year from like 1918 to 1970. I mean, that's it.
They were focused on other types of
Yeah, it
fine
just wasn't their
jewelry,
main business. You got to think Rolex makes like what 1.5 million watches a year or something insane like that.
Fuck.
So there were years where they made a couple of hundred watches.
Damn.
So people are like, oh, we're in a Cartier bubble. I'm like, I don't know if this can be a bubble if you're talking about things that are completely
Just
unfindable.
scarce. Yeah. Wait, what year is the bamboo from?
This is probably like 1976, 1977.
Box and papes on that, or no chance?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't. Completely irrelevant if you ask me. That's another like
Ooh,
nice.
nice.
It's kind of like a way
Let's
to
go.
determine like new collectors from like really
Ooh,
serious old school
fuck.
collectors. Like
the Nouveaux
fail.
versus the Nouveau.
if someone hits me up and says it has to have box and papers, I'm like, okay, go find somebody else to find this watch. for
Right,
you.
right. Good luck with that, loser.
Yeah, I mean, for new watches, it's fine, whatever. Old watches, like, first of all, rare to have it. Also, so easy to fake, ridiculously easy. I mean, Italian
Really?
watch dealers have been busted having like the Rolex stamps, like the presses from the
Right.
factories. You can still
Counterfeit.
today buy it.
It's like our Italian COVID nurse who just had the counterfeit stamp.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly
Oh,
what it
yeah.
is. You
Shout
could,
out to
buy, you
her.
could buy the old papers. People will take the papers, put them in a pile of old books so they smell
Oh, like musty.
vintage. And they're so easy to fake. If someone's like, oh, how do you know it's real? if it doesn't have papers, I just like, oh God, you really don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Damn.
Because, you know,
This is good to know. I'm always like boxing papes.
no,
Yeah.
it's a thing where people think they know what they're talking about. And as soon as,
Yep. Checks out.
yep.
Big poser shit.
Yeah.
Do you think you mentioned the word bubble? It's a
Mhm.
dangerous, a fraught word. Do you think
Yes.
we're in like a, because again, the attention, the money, the desire,
The
supply,
content
like, do you-
around it.
Do you think we're in
Cottage
any sort
industry.
of watch bubble where eventually like the interest is gonna die down a little bit and people are gonna be stuck with their fucking watches around their dicks?
Well, I'd say we're already coming down from a certain, like the COVID bubble
Yeah.
where
Like
pricing,
NFT guys.
Yeah.
where pricing was going like a bit nuts, but that's mostly a thing about regarding modern watches.
Right.
Mhm.
And also a lot of these articles you see on Bloomberg or whatever are like completely bullshit. They'll take like, oh, the Patek Philippe 57, the Nautilus is down like 80% from the high. Meanwhile, they took the highest price ever
Sure.
listed, not sold. Like, oh, somebody listed one for $250,000
It's clickbait.
and now they're selling for 80. Meanwhile, none ever sold at $250,000.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it is mostly clickbait, but a lot of those type of watches are, you know, they've come back to earth. We're still talking about 5 times retail price,
Right.
but you know, not 10 times retail as it once was. People are saying that some Rolexes are easier to get, new Rolexes. I mean, I don't know if even if it's a bubble, like, okay, so then we'll just buy them cheaper and sell them cheaper and the
Right.
profit margin remains the same. I mean,
True.
that's from a dealer's point of view.
You're not
From-
stressed.
From
Oh, definitely not.
from a content creator's point of view, it sounds like if anything, there's even like, I don't know, you see headlines like Gen Z, like they care about watches more than millennials now at this point.
Right.
Do you find that like, are you getting more attention and more clicks and views from the fucking
Children.
consumers?
The
The children who want $50,000 watches?
It's hard to say because I don't really check my analytics. But when I first started TikTok, I was like, okay, I'm the oldest person on this app. And it's like, I'm sure these like 18-year-olds don't really care about this stuff. And the other thing is other dealers were like, does this really have an effect on business? I'm like, some of these kids have fucking money
Right.
and they're ready to buy like cool vintage watches and they don't necessarily need to start at like Tudor or Omega. They want to go straight for Patek Philippe and they want to go straight to vintage and they're 19 years old. And that's,
And they need some type of Yoda spirit guide, right? Because they don't know shit from
Totally.
Shinola. No pun intended.
no pun intended. A good one.
Wait, so when you got on TikTok and the other dealers, when you're having these conversations or whatever with the homies, like,
Yeah.
are people like, yo, you're a clown, this is ridiculous?
No,
You're
I mean, they
gonna
might have
look
been
like a
thinking
fool?
that, but they didn't say it to my
Okay.
face.
Okay.
They may have been like, what are you doing?
Right.
But I know I
Do a dance, Mike.
Yeah.
and earlier and like
Now let your wrist shine.
I'm probably more inclined to like at the very beginning I was way more self-conscious about it and I really wanted to make sure nothing was like too corny.
Right.
Now it's like
Now it's all corn.
Well, you have
No,
fun
no,
with it. I mean,
no, yeah. Now I could have a little more fun. But when I was first started, I'm like, okay, think about the dealers that have been doing this for 30 years. That are going to be watching this video.
people you're going to be dealing with, right? You know?
Yeah. I'm like, so make sure you keep it in like informative, factual, like it doesn't have to be typical.
But now you're fast and loose with the information. You're just like,
Yeah, now I just make shit up.
It's all, yeah.
fuck boxing pigs.
Whatever.
Find a hot girl, put
Yeah,
a
for sure. That always
a
helps.
Rolex on her wrist and shoot it. No.
Well, I wanted to ask you this. What do you think does set you apart in like the pretty crowded watch content guy space? And, you know, you've become the watch guy definitively, without a doubt.
Okay.
pop,
Well, I
brother.
appreciate you saying that. I think, first of all, I basically do just vintage, more or less. I'd say 90% vintage. And there's not that many other people doing that. There's plenty of people doing watch negotiations for like a 2023, like Hulk or something like that.
Right.
Like a Rolex. It's easy to do that. Like, if you want to talk about modern Rolex, I guess you could do that all day. I like finding real treasures and documenting it, you know, so it's like not so different from the dudes who are doing like the metal detecting video.
Right, right.
And the storage raiders and like stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's, you know,
Watch hauls.
I like keeping,
Wrist wars.
yeah, I like keeping it like kind of feeling kind of like a treasure hunt in some of the videos. I'm also very consistent. I post like almost every single day.
You really do.
Damn.
You're in these streets.
It's like a
brother.
little tiny, like 60-second documentary every single day, basically.
Are you fucked today because you're giving us 2 hours?
No,
of your
I
time?
posted one. I posted.
You got it out of the way.
No, but what are you gonna record today for tomorrow, or is that not your schedule?
No, I mean, I try to record as much as I can. The problem is coming up with content and
Right.
coming up with
The grind.
or finding scenarios or finding watches.
Yeah.
I have something half filmed that I could finish filming today. Hopefully for tomorrow. I have like one video in the queue, but I really, sometimes the struggle is like, what the hell do I talk about today?
Right. Do you ever feel like it's okay to not post?
Yeah, I did
Okay.
even more
All right,
so
good,
lately.
good. I'm
Yeah.
checking on you
Yeah,
as,
thank you. I
as a
appreciate
friend.
that.
Yeah. All right.
I think in terms of like the little universe and cast of characters you've created around you must like really help with creating that content. Because
It
like,
does.
oh, I'm just gonna link with the homie Scar today, or like
Yes.
whatever, any of these fucking guys that just pull up on you, you know.
Yeah, that was
Downtown.
Hugo, you want to watch?
yeah. I mean, it was unintentional, but people is really crazy that people will mention like the quote unquote characters
Sure.
in the video in other videos. Like,
Who do we got? We got Scar.
Yep.
We got Hugo.
Clint.
We got that guy, that car guy with
Mr.
white
Enthusiast.
hair, Mr. Enthusiast.
We have
Is he the one who wears the stupid ass socks all the time? Is that Mr. Enthusiast? Who wears the fun socks?
I think that's,
oh yeah, he does wear
Some
them.
swagless white guy. Shout out to Mr. Enthusiast.
You got that
He was a podcaster too.
Was?
Yeah,
wow.
I mean,
I can't
I'm
imagine
shocked.
why it didn't work out. Was
No,
his
it was-
pod
it was
about fun
popular.
socks? No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
before those videos,
Shout out to that guy.
before I
I'm
even
being
knew
mean.
him, he is famous for his watches and his cars.
He's a rich guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, he has endless bag syndrome, like a few of the other characters in my videos.
damn EBS claims.
Yeah,
to be the
EBS.
It's another victim.
Unfortunately, I'm vaccinated, so.
Damn,
but
I'm trying to get infected,
I'm
dude.
vaccinated.
yeah, exactly. So no, he
Who else
was
we got?
really
Who
well
else we got?
known before
Who else
I
we
knew
got?
him. Kwang. You know,
That's the
right, that
dealer.
dude
the
is
Vietnamese
lit,
dude. Yeah,
bro.
he is. That's the video I posted.
Is he the
today.
dealer?
No, he's not a dealer. He's
Okay.
just like a bon vivant.
Okay.
Is he patient zero for endless bag syndrome?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
his
think
shit
so.
is crazy.
Yeah, it really is like never ending,
Right.
like really incredible stuff. So he's got like modern Tiffany signed Patek Philippe's, and he also has like multiple Paul Newman Daytonas.
Crazy.
So it's really like across the
He
spectrum.
leaked EBS out of Drip-Han.
Yeah. Oh God.
He can say that.
Are there a lot of people though that are getting into the watch game? Because like obviously enthusiasts, collectors, just these characters, these eccentrics, these kooks, these lovable misfits.
Yes.
What about like are a lot of people in the watch game in it for the wrong reason, which is just flexing how much money they have? Because I do get that kind of icky feeling.
I think it's inevitable if you are rich and you collect shit that eventually like it will get like you know there
Yeah.
probably will start flexing.
But I mean like more like the Gen Z kids that are like, oh, I have $50,000 somehow, and I want to just like be able to show everyone that I have a $50,000 watch.
It's so funny because I feel like a $50,000 watch is not even that unusual.
Jesus Christ.
Which is
Well, guess I'll go fucking kill myself.
Which is frightening to say.
So frightening.
But like if I'm walking down the street and I see like a 25-year-old wearing a 50, I don't think twice.
right.
You know, like a Royal Oak, like
It is what it is.
a Royal Oak is probably closer to 50,000 than 20,000. I mean,
Right.
so if like and you see a lot of Royal
you
Oaks
do
around.
see a lot.
Yeah.
I guess not that surprisingly.
Yeah.
When you saw the NFT ship going down in flames, were you cheering from the sidelines like, yes, get these fucking
it didn't even
bozos out of
exist
here?
in my brain, to be perfectly honest.
Really?
Yeah, I
Because
didn't.
that must have affected like the NFTs and watch guys. I feel like
Yeah.
they became watch guys.
The
right?
Board 8
Yeah,
Yacht
maybe.
Club cooked the books, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, rising tide raises all ships, but really it's like those dudes were not necessarily buying vintage watches.
Right.
True.
Um,
They wanted the bust downs.
no, not butt sounds either, but you know, just like the
New
hype
rollies.
watches. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A Hulk, like you said before, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Kermie.
Mhm.
I want
Yeah, Kermie.
sticking with the content creation.
Mhm.
I want to know. I really want to know.
Yes.
Do you do extra maintenance on your wrist because you know it's on camera all the time?
No,
Like, are you lotioning
nothing.
it up? Are you trimming the wrist hair?
Nothing.
No,
Nope.
raw dogging that shit.
Raw
Conditions
dogging
his
it.
wrists.
Yeah.
Because there's some people where I'm just like, yo, you need to fucking like trim it back a little.
Yeah,
bit.
for sure. I mean, I get those comments sometimes on the videos, but no, I don't do anything.
You're not gonna like refresh the tattoos underneath or anything to make them pop on
Nope.
camera. Interesting.
I love, and there's a bunch of these memes floating around, but like a big fat guy with the Rolex
Oh, yeah.
strangled the meat paw, dude. That is always right to the Zood board, dude. That shit is hilarious.
What's
bro.
funny is on the videos, people every single video, no matter what, people are like, oh, it's way too tight on them.
Oh, yeah?
And even if it's not, it's just like it's what people
Do
say.
you have a personal, like, do you like it tight or do you like it loose paws? Because my shit is like a little, I mean,
I don't mind it a little loose.
Mm.
but then you see some guys where it's like, yo, this is going to fucking slide off your fucking paw, brother.
The bigger issue is people wearing watches that are too big for them.
Oh, just their
Right.
wrists.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like watches that are too
I
big.
mean, that's my problem. As a dainty wristman myself.
you-
But
right,
yeah.
yeah.
So what is so then what is like the median, like what's the right size face? That works
36
for everyone?
millimeter.
36. Damn. I
Damn.
see that to me seems like small, but it's not small.
No, it's not small. And 36.
I'm a size queen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Rolex Day Dates and Datejust, which were 36 millimeters for 60 years, only started getting bigger in like 2008
Okay.
when also
Obama.
like when Jersey Shore came out.
Oh.
That's what was going on in the world.
the fucking Gorilla Juice heads.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically. And then
They flooded the market.
and people now act like, oh, this is the default. 40 or 41 is
But
the
it's-
default. But
shouldn't
that
be.
is humongous.
Yeah, yeah.
And it looks bad on most people.
It's like it's like the SUV. It's like the American SUV.
Yeah, it's like the Hummer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
yeah.
and you
Got
know
an H2 on the wrist.
I think people are confused as to how a watch is supposed to fit on a wrist.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to dominate or cover your entire
Yeah, you
wrist.
fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's why people are like, oh, this watch is too small. I don't think
Yeah.
like whatever a Datejust or a Day-Date in 36 millimeters is too small for anybody. I don't care who you are.
Right.
Damn. What if you are like a big, like
The
what if you're a
Rock.
pro athlete?
It's not made to cover your entire wrist. It's not like a gauntlet. It's not like a,
It's not armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Thanos.
Do you tuck your watch if you're in an ungentrified neighborhood?
I don't really go to those type of neighborhoods. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't.
But why? Okay, loaded question. Why do fly ass hood dudes fuck
Yes.
with you so heavy?
I don't know.
We mentioned Hugo,
Yeah.
right? Clint, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
you're good in any hood.
Scar.
Mike Nouveau is good in any hood.
Thank you. Thank
Why
you.
is that?
Oh, God, I don't know. I'm just
Lawrence is taking notes right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to learn.
I'm going to take a lot of notes.
I don't know the answer.
No.
I don't know. Do you have any theories?
Is
No,
the
I
bar-
don't.
is
I think
because
I think you're just such a nice guy. Like that's
I
what
feel
it
like
is.
I'm pretty honest, and
you talk shit.
I
People
love
love
talking
that.
shit. I love it.
Is it also
I love
'cause
my
then-
haters.
Is talking shit your number one hobby after watches?
No, it's my number one hobby.
Okay. Straight up.
Yeah.
But also, like, let's be real. Think about, and not to shit on your peers, but think of the other guys in your space. The bar they've set in terms of their personalities and what it is like to spend a second with these motherfuckers, no pun intended, is horrendous. No?
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's interesting. The other difference is like I'm truly outside,
Right.
where a lot of these dudes are like,
outside.
are doing green screen videos from like
Right.
Minneapolis
They're not in
or
the
something
field.
like
They're
that.
not in
Yeah,
the
I
field.
mean, there's only so much you can do with Google image search and
Mhm.
a green screen. So
Yeah.
I think being outside is like extremely important. And me actually buying and wearing this stuff every
Right.
single day. It's not just like,
You're about it.
yeah, I mean, there's
You
a
live
lot of like watch video dudes who don't ever have the watches in their hands.
Ooh,
Or on their wrists. Yeah.
Capper.
green screen motherfuckers.
Yeah, green screen motherfuckers.
Same is true with men's fashion too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like,
Yeah.
look, I'm gonna review these product photos.
Yeah,
You
it's
ain't
like,
never wear that
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, you're
boy.
right. It's like you're hating from outside the club, Mr.
Ooh,
Mr. Not
yes,
put
sir.
that Mr. Not put that shit on.
Yeah.
Mr. Never put that shit
Yeah,
on.
never.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's play a little game.
Okay.
From least annoying to most annoying type of guy.
Yes.
We would like you to rank watch guys, car guys, fashion guys, NFT guys, film guys. That's fine.
Okay.
I can repeat them for you.
NFT guys are at the bottom, obviously.
Yeah.
For
Oh, the
most,
worst.
Yeah.
most annoying.
Do they even exist anymore?
I can't even
Whatever.
imagine.
There's got to be some.
Probably then film guys.
Ugh.
Th-
Oh.
I'd say probably watching car guys are the same guy.
Right.
Really? Okay.
And then probably, I mean, I'm pretty tolerant of fashion guys. I've been in fashion, not in fashion, but I've been interested in fashion for way longer
Yeah.
than I've been interested
And
in
you hang
watches.
with a lot of fashion guys.
Yeah, I have an entire like friend group, and there was some crossover with watches too.
Right. I'm sure that was your influence as well. You know, you're rubbing off.
Yeah, and the person who got me into vintage watches is a guy I met on Style Zeitgeist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shout out Eugene Rabkin.
Yeah, shout out Eugene.
Do you see like the watch world get infiltrated by other subcultures, and do you welcome them with open arms, or are you a bit wary, or do you want to like gatekeep it?
No, I'm completely open for anybody who wants to get into watches. I mean, I could hate on these people for other reasons, but not because they're into watches.
They make it real easy.
Yeah,
We'll leave it at that.
I'm definitely a gatekeeper, but not when it comes to watches. I don't think.
Not content, right? Not information, but maybe like gatekeeping what, like your services and your time in terms of like people reaching out, being like, yo, Mike, finesse, alley-oop, etc.
I'm more of a gatekeeper when it comes to like tagging restaurants on Instagram
Oh,
stories
okay.
and stuff like that.
You're a snob that way. Well, you're a New Yorker, so it's
Right.
like, that's what it is.
Right. But no, I mean, new content creators, I mean, you come and you better come correct
Ooh.
because like, and
Speaking
I don't mean,
balance.
I don't mean like tapping in or paying dues. I mean, like, you better know what you're talking about.
Yo, check in with me when you're in my city.
Yeah.
You better kiss the wrist.
Yeah.
Who gets more pussy? DJs
Yes.
at the club or TikTok watch guys?
Definitely DJs. At the club.
Do
No
TikTok watch guys get pussy?
Not nearly enough.
Do they get it via their content?
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
But like there's a whole
I could probably count on one hand, on one wrist, how many like girls have slid into the DMs.
really?
Yeah.
So is that a psyop then by the watch industry where it's like they convince guys that having like a fly, cool, expensive watch is going to get them attention from women so that they keep buying watches when we all know that it's just going to get you attention from dudes?
I think it's like a wealth signifier where it's like the woman may or may not care about, oh, you're wearing a $24.99 Patek.
But if she does,
Yeah.
she's a keeper.
Yeah, definitely. Or I don't know, maybe not.
It could be Yoko Ono, dude.
Oh God, yeah, bad luck.
Watch is shiny. That's my impression of a woman.
Wow,
Okay. Hell yeah.
problematic.
Okay, so it really is just like it's same shit with our with our guys, right? You're not dressing for girls. Like you're dressed like no girls. Like, oh my God, is that our legacy?
Right.
Oh my God, is that the lad sweater from Spring 24? It's snow in April. Oh my God, is that Stussy?
It is.
Right? It's gonna be like it's for other dudes to be like, yo, sick fit.
Yeah, there's
bro.
there's like a meme where it's like what guys think is going to happen when they wear their Patek, and it's like them surrounded by bikini babes,
right.
and what really happens, and you're like in a corner with a bunch of other dudes doing like wrist shot photos.
Bikini babes. Woo, yeah.
That being said, Mike, I would like to know. So Lawrence was taking notes when you asked you why you're always kicking it with like fly hood dudes.
Yes.
I am going to take notes when I ask you, why are you always surrounded by fat milker mommies? And how would someone go about doing that for themselves?
Yeah. Hypothetically.
I just surround yourself with things you love. And
milk.
God, I don't know. It's definitely subconscious.
What are you talking? It's not subconscious. We see it on our phones.
I mean, I'm saying, I'm saying I'm not sitting down figuring out how to attract them. I'm just attracting them, I guess.
Wow.
You are attracting them. You're not.
The universe is providing them.
But is it about being outside and being like in the fucking coolest restaurants, or is it's not the watch?
I don't think I even go to the coolest restaurants. I really like.
Yeah.
I cook a lot.
Right.
Yeah?
Big stew guy.
Yeah, I love stew.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What are you stewing up this season?
What's perpetual?
I mean, basically, I just do like chicken. I do chicken soup, chicken stew.
Everything from the oysters to the stew are perpetual.
Nice.
Damn, I see. I could help out with the intro.
Yeah.
God damn.
Wow.
Anyway, all right,
Yeah.
moving on.
Okay.
Wait, are those are the fly honeys? Are they a holdover from the DJ club days?
I mean, honestly, there's like we're talking about fantasy here. Like there aren't any. So I mean,
Please, bro.
Come on.
I've seen a couple of birthday shout outs in my time.
Okay,
brother.
listen, I could be friends with I could be friends with
Hot chicks.
yeah with
You're right. You can be.
Yeah.
It's allowed.
Yeah. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When it comes to the business of watches, the industry side, we talked about content creation and everything. What's the first thing you would change about the industry?
the industry of content creation.
No, watches.
Yeah, just the industry first before we go to content.
God, that's so tough.
Just
That's
one
why we're here.
off top. You become elected president.
You're
of
Mr.
Big
Watch.
Big Time LLC. The fattest cat.
There should be more transparency and just in terms of, I mean, this is nerdy stuff like production. Like you could say it's made in Switzerland if like
It's assembled or whatever.
X percent is made in Switzerland, but everybody knows that most of it is made somewhere else.
We talking Shinola?
Oh, that's yes, absolutely yes.
Well, that was made in USA.
One screw is
Well, they
screwed in.
claim that was the whole,
Detroit.
hence the John Moy takedown I heard around the world. How much would I have to pay you to endorse Shinola? How much would Shinola have to pay you to endorse them?
Endorse them with one video or like an ongoing
To wear it as an ambassador?
You're on the billboards.
It would honestly, billboards,
Name and likeness.
$5 million a year. I'm not kidding.
Okay, so transparency around like production and provenance of
Yeah, I mean,
watch.
just where stuff is made.
Is it really shady? Is it really murky?
With some brands, it's murky.
Okay.
For sure.
Anyone you want to call out specifically right now?
No, but I mean, a brand like Rolex, that's one you have less doubts about because they really run everything and they have all their own factories in Switzerland. So really, that's easier. That's not even. I'm not even talking about. It's smaller brands.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. The boutique.
But do the smaller brands need to like? Do they need to fucking employ all the dark magic and the tricks to like? I don't know, getting their foot in the door.
I think it's a big marketing thing for them to say this is made in Switzerland. And I think the step one of a lot of collectors is like, I'm going to buy a Swiss watch.
Right.
I mean, Germany is acceptable. Japan is acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Even like England.
Is the USA not acceptable?
It's not that it's not acceptable, but there's like no watch brands. I think there's RGM, which is a cool brand in Pennsylvania.
What about Brick Watch Co?
Love Brick.
What is your opinion on Brick Watch?
Whatever happened with that? It was like a week of memes and then you never heard about it again. You guys would know.
I don't know.
I think it's still going.
I'm sure it exists.
Yeah, I think it's he invested his Portnoy.
This is Dave Portnoy's watch company.
Yeah.
Brick on the wrist.
It got me a nice week of content about a year ago.
Nice.
Oh, you were shitting all over it. I mean, we're doing the same.
Did you ever cop one?
I don't even know what it looked like.
To review.
No.
It looked like dog shit.
Yeah, of course. And I honestly don't even think he has fans that stupid to drop whatever. It was like $2,500,
it was
wasn't
absurd. Yeah.
I don't know who, even the most rabid Portnoy fanboy, I don't think
can afford that.
Definitely they're living in their mom's basement, so probably not.
Yeah. Wait, so back to business. What's the best watch to invest in right now, this very second, no pun intended, if you are in it to make money?
Okay, well, I think you're in it for the wrong reasons. And I never talk about watches as investments, but I mean, if you can, people are like, oh, well, I bought that, I got the call to buy a Patek at retail and then I sold it for triple. I'm like, okay, that's not an investment. That's a one-time lucky come up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I I truly do not look at this as investing. A lot of people do. A lot of people get dollars and clicks because they're talking about it as investing. Something that I truly think is undervalued. I still think a 1970s Cartier tank at under $10,000 is undervalued. I think in a few years they could be $20,000.
Ooh, setting my eBay alerts.
I think
I'm retiring early.
I think 4-digit Rolex Datejust at $3,500 are very cheap. I mean, in terms of watch collecting, I think that's great value. And God, even a Rolex Day-Date, a vintage Day-Date at 12 to 13,000, I think is a great deal.
And don't ask for box and papes because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, listen, people will charge more for it.
Right.
It doesn't affect the watch in any way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect the watch itself. It doesn't authenticate the watch.
Ooh.
You have to authenticate the watch on its own merits and
The
attributes.
box looks cool, but it doesn't tell time.
Definitely not. You could buy the box on eBay right now.
Can't put it on the wrist. So if someone is looking to get into the watch game as a collector, as a watch wearer, what's the biggest mistake a watch newbie can make that you find?
In my world, it would be insisting on box and papers. It would be obsessing over a birth year watch.
Oh, yeah.
But that's kind of sentimental, right?
No.
Oh, you don't
Totally disagree.
So full
Herb shit.
Novelty. Oh, herb shit.
Yeah,
wow.
herb shit.
Birth year herb shit.
It's like getting your name tattooed on your back.
LeBron, the king.
The GOAT gets a pass, but
What's your worst tat? Do you have your name tattooed on your back?
no, definitely
Are you
not.
fully?
Yeah,
what's going on
I'm
here?
pretty fully covered.
What's your worst tat?
My worst tat? I have a hot dog on my leg.
Nice.
How big? How big is the glizzy?
Where on your leg
Pause.
is it? Is it up high?
It's on my ankle. No,
Okay.
it's like
Are you full? Like, so you
2.5
really,
inch glizzy.
you really are from like
My
ankles
legs are
to-
my legs are
ankles
pretty
to neck?
open. I have a full back tattoo from shoulders to ass, fully covered.
What is it, like Yakuza shit?
A phoenix.
It is Japanese. It's Japanese inspired.
Okay.
It's
it's
like
it's a
koi
phoenix.
fish. Okay.
It's the Ben Affleck phoenix rising
Yeah.
from the ashes.
How hard was it to fucking put lotion on that shit?
I had to get someone else to do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Had to get one of those fat titty bitches to do it.
Yeah.
No comment. It was a long time ago.
Okay, so birth year watch, big herb shit.
That's
That
crazy. So many people talk about that. I'm really surprised. Box and papes. Okay, that makes sense.
a lot of people talk. I mean, there's a lot of herbs in this world, you know.
It truly is. If you look at how many corny people exist, there's more corny people than
For
cool
sure.
people.
And is that a Mike Nouveau like take, or is that the?
I'd say
kind
a lot of there's a few other dealers that would tell you it's
Birth year
bullshit. But you know, it's like
What else? What else is,
there's dealers' websites where the first thing you see is click here for birth year watches. So it's like people are making money off this.
It's a marketing tool.
Birth year-
Absolutely. It's
is it a
completely-
birth year watch? A watch from any year, and then you have to go. Find
Yes,
it?
but you know, it would
It's
be
a
like
filter.
right, but it would be what's funny is I see them advertise, 1991. This is will be the hot birth year because these people are turning this age, and at this age you're average to be making this amount of money.
Wow. Okay.
What's your most unpopular watch take?
Oh God, I have a lot.
Yeah.
He's made his career off of them.
I'd say the birth year thing is one of them. Also,
Really?
the other, going back to that for 1 second,
Yeah.
it's like, do you want the year that it was sold? Do you want the year it was manufactured? Because it might have been sitting in the store for 3 years.
Mm.
And also the lists of what year Rolexes are from go by serial numbers, and those lists are put together by fans and collectors, not by Rolex.
Mm.
So people have kind of there's lists that disagree with each other.
Right.
So you could accidentally buy a non-birth year watch when
Totally.
you're on the hunt for that.
Absolutely.
Fucking
Damn.
idiots.
Yeah, and it's like we don't buy birth year houses or cars or
No.
guitars or
Check out
anything,
my
or art
19
or anything like
Check
that.
out my 1986 Honda Civic.
Yeah.
But it's a birth year. It's
Yeah,
a birth
exactly.
year, dude. Don't
It's,
even
I don't know why. Like whoever came up with the concept is a genius.
Brilliant.
Right. Marketing
Right.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a question for you.
Yes.
Kind of based on us, because this podcast is really for us and about us. Based on what you know about us and our personalities and our
Yes.
friendships, I have a watch.
Okay.
I never wear it.
Okay.
I kind of bought it as a joke. If I were to decide that I want to get my first real watch,
Yeah.
what would that watch be? And then knowing what you know about Lawrence, what should his next watch be?
Do you have a budget?
Yeah, like
Nothing crazy, but
nothing
like,
crazy,
I mean,
but
you
like
know.
probably under 5 figures.
Okay. Under 5 figures. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
What? Yes.
No, I thought you were gonna say under like 5,000 or under 500. You said under 5.
Let's say
Figures.
let's say around 5,000.
Okay. I would tell you to get a vintage Rolex Datejust.
Okay.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Again,
What-
for the investment opportunity.
No,
Oh.
because I never suggest watches as investments.
Right. Okay.
But I just think it's a lot of bang for your buck. It's an icon. You could be a billionaire and there's billionaires wearing Rolex Datejust. So it's
I
not
shouldn't get that trippy Cartier one,
which one.
the one that's like melted.
the crash.
If you up the budget by 500 X maybe.
Oh shit.
Yeah, those are not to be trifled with, my
Damn.
friend.
Yeah.
That was something that I had my eye on like a few years ago. I was just like, no, I'm serious. Like, oh, this is a really funny, like interesting thing. And it was not that price, but this is like
I sold one today,
a long time
actually.
ago. How much?
$150,000.
Holy fucking shit, brother.
I swear to God, I could show you the wire.
No, I
Yeah.
believe you.
This Diet, why aren't you buying us Diet Pepsis?
Well, it's not like it's 150,000 net profit.
What
No,
do you,
no.
What do you net off a $150,000 sale?
Can you kind of give us an idea?
On that one, I will make probably $10,000.
Okay.
So you shelled out 140 at some point?
Well, the way it works
Please tell us.
is this is just one way that it can work.
If one were to use watches as
yeah.
investments.
No, there's nothing to investment.
Or it's
You wanna know
financial
the business,
instruments.
how the
Yes.
business works.
Right.
I'm in a lucky position where if I needed somebody to finance a watch, there's probably 100 people I can line up to do it because I have a track record and.
And they get points.
But yeah, you partner on watches. There are many big watches that have many partners.
Got it.
And if I find a watch, say I find a Patek Philippe $24.99 and it's $200,000, and I know we can sell it for $500,000. There's about 1,000 people who would give me that $200,000.
They'd be begging for the opportunity to get in bed with you. Got it.
Definitely. Not just because of me, because of the watch.
Your network is your net worth.
Exactly right.
Are you going to bang our line and let us get in on this?
Yeah, I can give you
All right.
a couple points. And next time I come,
Dude, let's go,
when I see a
Vig?
Shinola
We
that
talking-
maybe
we talking
might be
Vig?
underpriced. Yeah.
We talking Vig?
Okay.
So anyway, back to the crash.
Damn,
so
Mikey
basically,
Bling.
basically, someone will hit me up and say, "I have this crash. I need this for it."
Okay.
And then someone hits me up and says, "I'm looking for a crash." Okay, this person that I've worked with a million times before and we have a good working relationship has a crash. He has it for 140. I can sell it to you for 150. And if you're interested, tell me. I will tell the first guy to hold the watch.
Mhm.
I have a potential client. You wire me the money. I wire them.
Wow.
It's legit. I mean, I guess
So you make
describing
these-
that.
You make these sales without ever even touching
No,
dial.
I will. I mean,
You got to look at the watch
yeah,
and assess
verify
it.
it.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
right.
that definitely I want it in my hands. Also, I'm reluctant to do deals like that without people want to, because you'll have owners of these watches who are not dealers sending me watches and saying, "Hey, can you sell this? It's rare." And I say, "Yes, it is rare, but I'm not selling this unless it's in my hand."
Right.
For a variety of reasons. Actually, the most annoying is them just changing their mind.
Right.
So if I get a wire from somebody and then they're like, "You know what? I'm not going to
no
sell
take
it."
backsies.
If it was a dealer, they would be blacklisted.
Right,
But
you
a
can't do
regular person,
they don't give a fuck.
yeah, they don't care.
Right.
And it happens and it's very annoying. So I will not and they need to send me the watch first.
So
If you
not-
found me somewhere,
Right.
like you're contacting me for a reason, you're sending me the watch first. And if
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
my collateral is my, my network,
Your
my following, my
reputation.
everything that I have
Yeah.
is my collateral.
So you're a dot connector.
Sort of.
What's the largest amount of money you've made in a sale? Gross.
God, it's hard to say. There was one that I did, and the perception of how this works is really funny. I found a watch in like a store in Connecticut, and it wasn't like a mom and pop. It was kind of like a chain jewelry store,
Mhm.
and they had a bunch of vintage watches, and most of them are extremely overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
As most of the time at a brick and mortar, that's where you're going to find the highest pricing. There was one really, really undervalued or just mispriced Audemars Piguet that I bought for like 17,000. I think it sold for 90.
Woo!
But I was partnered with Craft and
And you
Taylor.
didn't care about fleecing the mom and pop shop?
Again, it wasn't a mom and pop shop.
Oh, sorry. Change. You were.
Yeah,
just
that's
changed
what.
you-
That's,
okay. Got
So I'm pointing that out specifically because even in the comments, because I made a video and like the person, the salesperson is like in the video, and people in the comments are like, "You ripped this woman off." I was like, "This is like an hourly employee."
Yeah, right. She
She doesn't own this watch.
Yeah.
She like works for this like corporate jewelry store, and somebody mispriced this. And like,
Damn.
no, I don't feel. It wouldn't happen with a mom and pop. It wouldn't happen with like a war widow or like or like someone who inherited. Like this
I
is
smuggled this watch back in my ass from Vietnam.
totally, yeah. Not a Christopher Walken situation. It's like a corporate, but it's funny. Even at like a corporate store, people were still like, "You ripped these people off. I ripped off this corporation." It's like, oh, I ripped off
Victimless crime.
Yeah, yeah.
Victimless
Truly.
But what's the so that's the largest like delta in terms
No,
of like
I
what
don't
you
even
bought
know
it
if that's
for,
the
what it sold
largest.
for.
That's just one that comes to
Okay,
mind. And the
all
whole
right.
thing was on video.
Right,
So I
right.
got a lot of comments.
Are watches that are smuggled out of war zones up people's asses? Does that make them more valuable or
It's
less
called
valuable?
provenance, baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
someone
My
look for.
rectum.
from the butt county.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the times you can use scent to authenticate.
Oh,
Nice.
you ever had to brush some fucking feces off a dial?
I mean, we have to
I would
clean.
hope
them
it'd be in a
sometimes.
condom, dude, or something, right? You're not just gonna have a watch floating around your ass.
I'm asking the man himself.
right?
He knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
Con-
With
so
trust
it would be
me,
in a
We're sucking
condom.
shit up people's asses. All right. Oh, and what should Lawrence's next watch be?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what was yours? Oh, the date just.
Yeah, the date dress.
Let's say
Sorry, I
I'm
got
gonna
lost.
let's say keep this in mind too. I'm gonna I'm going to use the Sea Dweller to I'm going to flip it so that could like maybe beef up my budget a bit.
Okay, so you're one step ahead of him because you're already a Rolex bro.
Yes.
So you've already gone through that. You've got it out of your system. Now we can get you a real watch.
Wait, I don't want to be a Rolex bro.
Well, you're buying a Rolex Datejust.
Yeah, it's already it's been decided.
But I don't want that.
But
it has been decided.
At least
But I
it's
don't want it.
vintage.
I don't want it.
Okay.
Listen,
well, you asked.
I want
the
that
question.
Yarmir Yager. Okay, so he's. Are you going to tell him to level up out of Rolex?
Yeah. Okay. So what am I doing?
okay, so God, it could be. This is a little tricky because like the next step is kind of like a lot more money.
Well, how much is a lot more?
Well, what do we think we're getting for this thing?
Fucking at this point, bro. When I talk to you about
$6,000.
this, could we get 8? No. Dealer chats were dry on the Sea Dweller. 2000.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, I know. 2004. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, probably. Let's say 6 is a
Jesus
safe,
Christ,
safe
dude.
number. I mean, it's hard to see the next step from here. You can go many different ways. You can go sports watch, dress watch. You can get
You're spirit guiding me, so you tell me. So okay, I'm getting 6. I have a similar budget.
I'd like to see you in a dress watch.
Okay.
Maybe a cool Breguet.
So if I was
What'd you call him?
So let's say I have 16 grand.
16 grand. Yeah, we can get you into a Breguet. We can get you into. I mean, Cartier is a certain taste level.
Ooh, that Lawrence doesn't have.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm just saying
That's like I'm above that, is what he's saying.
Yeah, he's too advanced for that. But I mean, let's just say for 16,000, you could do a lot. That's a lot of money for a watch.
If you had 16 tomorrow to buy a watch for yourself, what are we getting?
For me, it would probably be a Cartier because I'm pretty obsessed.
Okay.
But you could buy. God, this is tricky. You could buy maybe a red sub, like a vintage red sub. You'd be
So go back to
16
being a
would be
Rolex, bro.
vintage though.
Yeah. Which is
I mean, that one's not super new.
no.
You got holes in the case. I'm peeping your holes.
Oh yeah. Is
Yeah.
that really?
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Peeper.
Yeah, no, it's good. No,
Oh.
it's not good or bad. It's just
Okay.
it tells me that.
Damn, I got holes in my case. Damn,
Yeah.
bro. What the fuck? Okay. So you kind of putting me on the Rolex bro path or the Breguet path. I don't.
I'm just giving options. You could do Cartier as well. I mean,
Breguet on the wrist. I could work that in. We can make it
you
work.
could do an Omega Speedmaster, but that's kind of like a
No.
lateral move.
Nah, dude. My dad's an Omega guy.
Yeah.
Omega?
No, that's how like British people say it.
Oh, so I can do it. I'm just like being
Omega.
a douchebag.
No, it's Omega.
Omega.
It's Omega.
Okay. All right. Well,
It's
thanks
like the
for.
It's
I
Like
guess
when the Europeans say Nike,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jaguar-y.
right?
Jaguar.
Jaguar-y.
What's the most you've ever spent on a watch for yourself? Is it
Not
this?
that much. Let me think. Yeah, I think it is this, and it really wasn't. I mean, for someone who dedicates their entire life
Right.
to watches for the last X amount of years, it's really not that much. I paid $12,000 for this.
Woo. Why did you get such a deal? Did someone do a favor for you? Did they not
No.
know what they had, or
The elements of not knowing what they had, but not in like
fleecing way?
yeah. This person I got it from, and they're in the video.
Yeah.
They're a professional middleman. They are a volume mover.
Mm-hmm.
Burn and churn.
Yeah, they find a watch, they sell it. They do not have the ability or resources to market it and research it and authenticate it.
They don't
That's
have.
what I
They don't
do.
have clout.
No, it's nothing to do with
They
clout.
don't have any followers.
This is like a real. This is beyond researching stuff like this. It's way harder than even Rolex or anything like that. So this guy knows I like vintage Cartier, which is really the main benefit of these videos is people come out of the woodwork to offer me stuff, and buying the watches and finding the watches is the most difficult part of the business.
Mhm.
Because if you find, again, a $24.99 from Patek, there's 5,000 people that will buy that right now. It doesn't matter who you are or what you know.
Yeah.
So this person's a middleman, found the watch, contacted me, knew I loved it. I said, wait right there. Do not show this to anybody else. And then I went up in a Diamond District guy.
Nice.
And he's like, what do you want for it? And we negotiated a little bit. I think he wanted 13. I ended up giving him 12. And that's
Done.
that. He was perfectly happy. And even after like he kind of saw that auction where it went for 60 grand, he was like, yeah, let's do more business together.
Wow. He wasn't
That's what he
butthurt.
does.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of the dudes on the block on 47th Street do. They're not my game is quality. Their game is volume.
Got it.
What are your tips for haggling?
Let's see.
You never say the first number?
Oh God, I almost never say the first number unless it's a watch that I'm completely desperate for. See, it's a tricky game because somebody offered me a watch the other day and they said I want $20,000 for this. And in my head, I'm thinking, fuck, that's a good deal. But still, I couldn't help myself and say, I'll give you 15.
Right.
Did you end up blowing it?
I fucking blew it.
Wow.
I fucking blew it
flew
so
too close to
hard.
the sun. Yeah.
Like they walked away. They're like, fuck you.
No, even worse than walking away. They're like, okay, I'll come back to you. And I was like, actually, let's,
you showed your hand immediately.
Yeah, they fucking totally called my bluff. And then like a day later, it's like, I talked to some dudes from Switzerland. They said it's worth way more. Damn. I was like, fuck, I really blew it.
So you blew it. Damn, dude.
What's the most money you've lost on a watch purchase?
Oh.
None.
Really? You've always ended up in the black.
So basically, the other thing is I'm only an independent watch dealer for about the last 10 days because I was with a company.
Yeah, Craft and Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with Craft and Tailored from the very beginning up until about
10 days.
Yeah, at the Miami Beach Antique Show, we like had a chat
Parted
and we
ways?
kind of parted ways.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, good for you, bro.
Thank you. I mean, peacefully, and we're still on good terms.
Welcome
I will
to the
still.
Thunderdome.
No one's out here saying fucked Craft and Taylor.
No, definitely not. I will absolutely.
It did just get said, though.
Thank you. Great sound clip. But no, I will absolutely still do business with them, and they'd still be on the top of my list
Okay.
in terms of partnering for watches. But I'm now fully independent, and I had a good deal with them, and I didn't really. There was no possibility of like personal loss. But typically, even they don't really take many L's. It's true. It's like, we bought very carefully. There were 3 of us that would kind of have to agree before we bought a watch.
A triumvirate.
Yeah, basically, yes.
Well, here's a question to James's point about the clout. Has anyone come to you to try to give you a deal because of the clout you can provide, and have you sold like quote unquote airtime on the TikTok? Because like people want juice and they want to get out there and they know you're a first step and they've given you like a deal in exchange for like this kind of more amorphous thing?
Not really. I mean, I wouldn't say they've given me deals because of that. There's definitely people who want to be on the videos, and it does come with like some exposure for sure.
Absolutely.
It actually does. I mean,
It's like they show up to be on your TikTok and they're wearing a totally different fit from what they would normally wear on any given day.
Yeah.
No, I can't relate. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They bust out the Namacheco jeans.
I wear these a lot. There's a lot of pictures
Oh yeah,
of me wearing
totally,
these.
bro. We believe you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Let me just peel back.
Sorry, I tried to step it up for a special occasion. Me appearing on the only podcast that matters.
That's true.
Let me peel back the Junior real quick.
Yeah.
No, but like, do people are like, oh, I want to deal with Mike because it will help me get my name and my business out there.
No, I think
The same way that you get your name and your business being out there, all these opportunities come to you.
I wouldn't say they're offering deals because of that.
Okay.
I'll say maybe they'll befriend me or be nice to me because of that. No, I mean, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Not in a bad
And
way.
that's how we get the mommy milkers.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think anyone's like, okay, I will give Mike this watch for less than what I paid just so I can get on the TikTok. I don't think that really helps them much either. People don't want to like watch themselves getting.
Oh yeah, they're getting like, oh look at this bozo, dude.
Look at this fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Why would I ever want to do business
That
with
makes
him?
sense.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Where is the best place to buy watches in the world right now?
Okay.
City or country? What are we asking?
Well,
sorry.
Let's hear 'em out.
so people ask me that all the time, and the real question is on the internet. People
With
will
real
message-
answers on the internet.
The real answer is on the internet.
Okay.
There are no reliable brick and mortar watch shops, vintage watch shops in this country that I would ever vouch for.
Damn.
And that's where you are most likely to get screwed. And there's just not that many of them. So I'm not like
Even like
talking
on
shit about them.
47th Street?
That's the place you will get screwed the easiest.
Oh, wow.
That is the worst place to
bend
buy
you
a
over
watch.
and lube you up.
No
dude.
doubt. They will spot you from a fucking mile away.
Yeah. Look at this rube.
Yeah.
I'm here for a watch.
Look at this mark with with the holes in his case.
The holes. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that off fucking mic.
No, but the entire business is online, and some people will send me DMs like, "Hey, can you really help me? What are the best vintage watch shops in Detroit?" As if there's like 40 of them. There are none, and if there are, they're probably ready to. The pricing's probably insane. There's not really a scenario.
You didn't mention Icebox in Atlanta, which I feel like.
Well, I mean, I don't really know about their offerings.
Well, not like Japan or Switzerland.
Okay,
or London
so in terms of a city, the best market in the world is Hong Kong.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Japan is also very good. Pricing is very high in Japan. Hong Kong is closer to New York in terms of it's truly like a business, whereas in Japan, there's just insane collectors. So there's good stock. I'd say it's Hong Kong, New York, Geneva.
We don't say insane. We
Tokyo.
say autistic.
Acoustic.
Acoustic. Yes.
Acoustic.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get this question more than any other question. They're like, oh, but I want to try the watch on first. I'm like, okay, well then you're going to buy either the worst crap that happens to be sitting within 5 miles of you.
Right.
Or I really don't know what to tell you. There's not like a great solution.
There's got to be is there not a virtual try on app for watches?
Yeah, I'm sure there are, but it's not, it's not the same thing.
Right.
And yes, there are shops that have vintage watches, the pricing will probably be very high, and the person selling it to you may or may not know what they're talking about.
Right.
But the business is online 100%. And if you're limited, if you're saying I need to buy a vintage watch, it has to be this from this birth year, it has to have box and papers, it has to be 5 miles within Albuquerque, then like, what are you going to find? It doesn't exist. Yeah.
Some turquoise shit.
Yeah.
Which
Turquoise
kinda
meth,
fire.
dude. Blue magic.
Okay, when in the watch world with
Yes.
watch guys, besides rocking blood diamonds, what's like a red flag that will tip you off that someone is like a cornball or a fucking noob or doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about? Besides the fact that they are a watch guy.
There's someone in my DMs who will just be like, really obviously drop like superfluous information about just so they could really be like, I really, really know what I'm talking about. But in doing that, I'm thinking you don't know what you're talking about because you just Googled this and now you're regurgitating
They're
stuff
copying and pasting
that
Wikipedia.
no one would ever really talk
The
about.
lady doth protest too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So that's like, so as a tip for someone who's like getting into watches and they're maybe having conversations with other watch guys, like, don't be a fucking total nerd.
Yeah, I'd rather
someone.
someone come at me like very earnestly, and that's how I'm still learning now. I still learn every day,
Right.
and I will approach other dealers and scholars, watch scholars, and experts, hat in hand, not flexing my knowledge. Very like,
Yeah.
I want to know about this. Please tell me what you know, or please, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it a tough world to break into, or besides yourself, like are people generally friendly and kind of like looking to pass on the information like the next generation?
I think it's
Each one
it's
reach
both.
one.
Again, the hardest part is finding the watches. If you happen to have some knack, okay, say your grandfather dies and leaves you 10
RP.
rare Patek Philippe's,
Fingers crossed.
you will suddenly become a very popular figure.
Hey, what's up, man? You want to come hang out?
Oh, dude.
So really, all it takes is the watches. There are some
Yeah.
dealers out there.
The death,
Yeah, there's some dealers out there who have been in lawsuits, have been sued, who've been to jail,
but they're all
and people
homies together?
still work
Okay.
with them.
Right.
And the reason is, if they get the right watch that you need, they will do business with you.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, in terms of like, what people are like, would you buy from eBay? Do you trust Chrono 24? I don't trust
Bob's watches.
Yeah. I mean, Bob's is fine, but I mean, it's not about no authenticity service is going to help you. You have to judge the watch for yourself. There's a million ways to get around the authenticity thing.
Okay.
Like, this watch is 100% authentic Rolex. However, the case is from 1960,
Right.
the dial's from 1990, the hands are from 2023.
Gotcha.
And that's a worthless watch to a collector, but you can still say it's 100% Rolex, and it would make it through eBay's quote unquote authenticity guarantee, which I have a lot another.
Oh, really?
talk
I can
about
see
for
that
hours.
clearly. Yeah.
With all the money in the watch world, is there a lot more? Have you seen a huge rise in like scammers and flim flam and like people?
There's a lot of flim flam, not so much scammer. It would be hard to scam someone who has more than like 1 week's worth of knowledge.
Like literally born yesterday.
I mean, like probably it's easier to just straight up wire fraud. Be like, send me the money, I'll send you. Just not send it. That'd be the easiest way
mug
to
them
do it.
and steal a watch off their wrist.
You could also do that.
Is there ever any fucking violence going? Do you ever scrapping over wristicles?
Not knock on wood, but no.
Okay.
You hear stories, but
Have you like robbery, like literally like a guy wearing a great watch out and then like someone spotting that and like jacking a motherfucker?
yeah, I mean, I think like again, it's like kind of clickbaity fear mongering stuff
Yep.
where it's like, oh, I heard New York's so dangerous.
Oh,
Why?
right.
Because
Fox
one
News
guy
type shit. Yeah,
got
yeah.
robbed and it happened to be on camera 3 years ago.
Sure.
And it's
J.
been on-
Crew shut down in San Francisco. Don't wear your watch out.
Yeah, exactly. R.I.P. J. Crew on Bowery. That's
Yeah.
kinda
Well, they're
too.
just moving. I think
Just
just
moving
relocating.
down the
Oh,
street.
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, settle a gentleman's bet for me and James, and I won't say who feels which way about this. Okay. When Mike Nouveau sees someone wearing an Apple Watch, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Nothing. It's not really nothing. I don't think anything.
Is
I
that
don't think about you at all.
Yeah, right. So
Right.
is that even more? Is that even worse than like Apple Watch cornball? The fact that you don't even register them as a.
No, I really
Human
don't even
being.
see it as like I see it as
It's
an
not a watch.
accessory. Yeah.
It's not a watch.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't even see it at all.
I thought it was a big. I thought watch guys, and maybe this is true, but not true for you. It's like I thought watch guys like really poo pooed and looked down upon Apple.
No,
Watch
not at
wearers.
all.
Okay.
I don't think so. And
think
there's
that's
plenty of
your-
watch guys who also have an Apple Watch.
Maybe it's just me because I'm a snob
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are. a
I
snob.
think-
who was born
this is-
yesterday with
yeah.
holes in his case.
No, that's a good thing.
Okay, that's good. It's good. Okay, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Having holes in your watch is a good thing? What, does it make it more aerodynamic? Like
no. I'm just saying in
Speed
Rolex,
holes.
it just represents a certain era. It makes me know. It's
oh, the whole era, the Courtney Love era.
but it could also tell you if it's a polished or unpolished. watch.
Unpolished. It's unpolished.
Eh,
Please, dude.
Damn.
well, yeah,
Okay, all right.
Debatable.
Do you like that watch?
it's fine.
Okay. Rated out of 10.
I featured that video. That
I know. I'm on Nouveau shit, dude. I got fucking good reviews, dude.
when we first met. When Isaac was like, "You should meet this guy."
No,
I'm like,
Jeremy.
What do you think of my
Oh,
watch?
Jeremy Kerr. Shout out Jeremy. Kirkman.
Shout out Jeremy.
What do we got here?
Little Seiko.
A little Seiko.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Turns
cool.
your wrist green.
Turn my wrist green in
Yeah,
Italy.
I mean, it looks like it's painted gold.
Yeah. But great deal. $10.
Oh, you should have asked him how much
You
he thought
overpaid.
Oh, I overpaid? Damn, Frank from Intramural. Frank, you're not Frank from Frank from fucking Leisure Center. You're on notice.
The
Love you,
Mad
Frank.
Dog is
Shout out
rabid.
Frank.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't fuck with this though? Just the aesthetic?
No, it's cool.
Yeah. Come on. In Italy.
Yeah, no, I love
Put
it.
it on. Put it on.
Yeah, it looks
I like
great.
that.
Put it on. Yeah. Don't let it touch my skin. It'll turn it green.
No photos. No photos. So who, in your opinion, out there in the world has the best watch collection? And it doesn't have to be, you can just name anyone and then tell us about that person.
Okay, yeah, it's not going to be people that that only watch nerds will
So
know them.
Mr. Smith, like
Yeah,
who's-
John Goldberger.
Oh my God.
Who's that?
The Berg, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Bergster.
Yeah.
He's an Italian dude.
Oh, not Jewish. Interesting.
Actually, it's not his real name.
Oh.
His real name is Oro Montanari.
Okay, that's Italian.
Yeah.
Also, there's Jewish people in Italy. Let's be
Some.
clear. Yeah,
Goldberger.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so John.
So he's an older gentleman. Has written books
On watches?
Yeah, on watches, vintage
Okay.
watches. He's kind of like a scholar. He's been buying watches, interesting watches since like the 70s. And he has
OG.
just incredible, insane, unbelievable one-of-one watches.
What are we talking about? Like, how many do you think he has? Like hundreds?
Yeah,
Thousands?
hundreds,
Okay.
low hundreds, I'd say.
Man.
I'm sure it's a collection of millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Have you met the goat?
Yeah, I've met him a few times. He's an amazing
Oh yeah.
dude. Yeah,
He fucks with you.
I'd like to think so.
Does he follow you on TikTok?
Do you have
No,
his-
on Instagram he does.
Do you have his phone number?
Yes, I do have his phone number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are
Right.
you in his will for when he dies?
Oh, what a dream that would be. That I mean,
Does he have kids?
I don't know actually.
Dude.
Maybe he does.
Dude, get in there.
Someone needs to. You should be married this guy for sure. Get
God
in the will.
forbid.
Yeah.
Hope he lives to 100.
All right, here, just real rapid fire. I'm going to name some people, like some celebs that are known for having good watches. Just gut reaction. John Mayer. What's his collection like?
Insane, but I don't care about it.
Okay, Ed Sheeran.
Why don't you care about it?
Okay, well,
It's just like so like overblown. It's like everyone knows about it. Everyone's on a video. He's like the ultimate point of reference for any celebrity with watches. He is 1000% ultra educated on watches. He has incredible watches. It just like
doesn't move
I
your
never
dick.
need to hear about him again.
Okay,
You don't like his G-Shock?
And it doesn't register.
okay. Ed Sheeran.
Cool watches, mostly modern. Again, it's like he's a celeb who like fucks with the watch community.
Right.
So he's like,
On Hodinky.
yeah.
That's-
He's on
Hodinky. You're on his
Dinky.
Hodinky.
Yeah.
What do you think about Champagne Poppy and his new vintage watch kind of obsession?
I think he has great taste in watches.
Oh.
I like when any like somebody with that much money and that much fame like fucks with vintage.
Right.
I like that a lot. I think he has good taste. Yeah, and I have a funny story. I don't know if I should tell it though.
I mean, is it about the watch on the Take Care album cover? 'Cause I know that funny story as well.
Did I tell you that, or do we know about that
Jeremy
separately?
told me that.
Yeah,
story,
yeah.
But I don't know
Well, now
what we
you
can say.
both got to tell it.
Well, I don't know.
Like,
Well, can you maybe say it so that we don't have to cut it in a way?
Yeah, I mean, which story? Which
The
one?
one that you were going to tell, not the Take Care album cover. 'Cause
So
I-
basically, so like a year ago, Drake posted, God, I don't even remember the specific watch. Literally just like a quick snap of a gold Paul Newman Daytona on his wrist, on his Instagram stories, literally just like pick up, click, post. So I did a screenshot because he had just posted it. And usually when someone like that posts a watch, 10,000 people send it to me. So I did I screenshotted, did a green screen and said, this is why this watch is important. Value is between $500,000 and 600,000, blah, blah, blah. Post it. 15 minutes later, I get a DM from somebody and I could tell by their account that this was someone legit.
an affiliate.
Yeah, definitely an affiliate.
OVO affiliated.
Yep. OVO adjacent for sure.
Yeah. Al in the profile pic.
Yep. No, definitely not.
It was OB O'Brien. no.
So and he's like, hey, can I give you a call real quick?
Oh, okay.
Just like out from nothing to that. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So I gave my number. He goes, hey, so I'm like Drake's guy,
Watch guy or just
like one of his guys.
Okay.
He wants to know why that watch that he just paid $1 million for, you just posted was worth $500,000.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh shit, because now I don't know who sold it to
Right.
him.
Could be someone you know.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So now it's like, uh-oh.
Now you're stuck in a
little quagmire.
Yeah, for sure.
A pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they mentioned that I got him from Miami. So I call a dealer colleague in Miami. I tell him this, he goes, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. He calls me back. He's like, okay, it came from these people who who are like
Are they
diamond
good-
dudes.
Oh,
Are they
okay.
Good people.
They're not thought of in the vintage watch community.
Right.
Okay.
And so they got it from this person. They got it from a very legit dealer,
Huh.
a very legit vintage dealer. These watches are only going to come from
Right.
There's
There's
they're going to, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And they basically doubled the price, I guess, and sold it to Drake.
Woo. Well,
Again, to be fair, they can ask whatever they want for the watch.
Right.
And if they can get the price, then they can get the price.
Yeah.
The problem is I just said it was worth half of what they paid.
Right. Exactly.
The other problem was nobody had paid anybody else yet.
Oh,
So
shit.
the original, very respected dealer sold it to these guys in Miami without a wire, kind of just on memo. They sent it to Drake, and Drake hadn't paid yet.
Oh my God, dude. So
And now, well,
changing the
Drake's
market.
actually in a good situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Because all he has to do is put the thing in a box and send it back, which is exactly what he did.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, and I think the Miami dudes maybe had to pay like a hefty restocking fee.
Damn.
And then, but I did say, just so you know, this watch is right as rain. Like this watch, like if you really don't like, if it's unless it's that big of a deal for him, just hold on to it because it will be worth
Right.
$1 million.
What do you know how it all wrapped up?
I believe the guys that sold to him sent it back to the original, very legitimate
wow.
dealer, and they had to pay like a restocking fee. And like,
Damn, you cost some people some money, Mikey.
It wasn't intentional.
Don't show your face in Miami, bro.
Yo, for real, dude. You might have a fucking
Stay
red
off,
dot on you.
stay off Collins Ave. Did stay out of Wynwood.
Yeah.
Did Drake ever show you his appreciation
Yeah.
for saving him $500,000?
No, but I've had 3 different people tell me that he is watching at least.
Fuck yeah.
Who watches
dude.
the Watchman?
Well, the guy who DM me, who now I am friendly with.
Nice.
Drake interested in this, you think?
No, I don't know if that's a Drake watch. I don't know if that's going to make it
kinda-
across the border
Drake
into Canada.
paid $20 for a watch worth 10. We got to let the proper authorities know. This is bullshit.
So who else mentioned something? Oh, and the other thing is, so I shot that dude, you know, Kai,
Yeah, of course.
Shao Kai. I shot him for a watch spotting, and Drake reposted a screenshot
Oh, shit.
on his story with the dialed in text,
Oh.
but my name was not on it at all.
Damn, you got
Not even
cropped
a-
out.
Yeah,
Not even-
nothing.
not
No
even a
tag.
ghost
You were
tag?
not
nothing.
dialed in. Kai was dialed in.
You weren't
Kai
dialed
is
in. You were
perpetually dialed in.
dialed in. You were cropped out.
I was cropped out, but a million people sent me, and it was pretty funny to see.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's still you, right? Like it's a feather in your cap.
Yeah, and
for
I
sure.
want to do the Drake watch.
Oh, I
spotting.
mean,
that'd be
come on,
great,
bro.
Like,
that'd be all time.
like so slide into my DMs like Bobby. What's her name?
Althoff or
Yeah,
whatever,
like
yeah.
I need the Bobby
His
Althoff
people are pretty
treatment.
savvy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow this is like a manifestation. At which point, then you owe us, just like Drake owes you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
You're
the Drake,
right, I will owe you.
the Drake glazing hour has come.
Oh, you
no.
love Drake. Yeah, I was listening to
It's embarrassing,
I
actually.
the
love
last
him, bro.
episode. You were really glazing hard.
I mean,
you were drooling.
I typically
Yeah.
spin on it with no hands, but
Yeah.
he's my
Yeah.
guy, dude.
I also
He's going Simone Biles on it, you know?
Whoa, I do. I respect Drake.
Is celebrity stuff like, is that viral bait on TikTok? Like, is that what goes off the hardest? Besides, you said that the negative hate shit goes crazy. What else goes like hard for you on the TikTok?
Celebrity stuff, as you could guess, goes hard for sure.
Where it's like, this is what Timothée was wearing at the fucking Willy Wonka.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does really well. I thought you meant when I have an actual celeb on.
both.
I mean,
just like in general.
if I'm with a celeb, which doesn't happen that frequently, people fucking love it.
Willie with the Millie, dude.
Yeah.
what tends to brick?
The watch spotting videos, the regular watch spotting videos, typically, which is what I started with, don't perform super well anymore.
Really? Even if it's some like fucking hilarious co-host of a
No, I mean,
podcast,
sometimes.
and handsome
I mean,
and fly.
yeah. If that person you're describing,
Javos?
Javos has fire watch spottings. I love his
Javos, I think we've only done one video, and I think it hit 1 million.
Oh yeah, I mean his shit.
Yeah,
was
because
awesome.
he looked like he is a Greek god.
Wayne Newton, dude.
True, yeah.
We need to do a fucking follicle spotting with him.
For whatever.
real,
I
bro.
think the celebrity stuff is just ultra consumable and like easy for the For You page. It's not the most fun, and it's not like I don't feel like
Right.
I'm honoring the watch community by doing it. But I mean,
Oh,
I have to post every single day.
Right.
Let me ask real quick before we get back to the Real Runner Show. One more childish question: the Travis Scott AP shit.
Yeah.
Do you actually? I know you went to the shit,
Yep.
and like it's obviously content for you doing your job. Like, what do we actually think of that collab?
I think it's kind of funny. I mean, I don't hate
It's
it.
crazy that it happened, right?
It's
Like,
crazy it's happened. It's crazy that it's a what we call a QP, a Contiem perpetual, like
Okay.
that, like a watch.
Cunty?
Contiem. It's
Okay.
Contiem, a perpetual calendar, essentially.
Okay.
AP calls it a Contiem perpetual or a QP for short.
Right.
And that's a very, very important watch in in AP's roster.
Country with a Q.
So what also I thought was interesting was that they made 200 of them, which to me is a lot because AP does a lot of collabs.
Oh, they like leaned into it.
Yeah, they do collab like every other week where it's like, oh, limited to 50, 100 or 200. You do enough of those, that's a lot of watches that adds up. The retail was $201,000.
Yeah, for the doo-doo brown.
Yeah, doo-doo brown, the chocolate. I believe they called it chocolate ceramic or something like that.
Looked like it came out of somebody's ass.
Some people didn't like it. A lot of people
Willy
didn't
Wonka mode.
People didn't like it just because it was a rapper, honestly. That's why people didn't like it. I thought it was cool.
And it's Travis Scott who fucking sucks, but anyway.
And it is also just racism. It's
agreed. No, there is it really is a lot of that.
Do you think is there also a lot of just like the watch brands and watch world and watch marketing take on like kind of like more hype, not hype beast the site, but like 2016 hype beast tactics with like collaborations, celebrity endorsements, all that shit. Like it feels, even with working with content creators, no offense, but it feels like a little, I don't know, like what a streetwear brand used
the
to do.
playbook that we've seen.
Yeah.
That might be outdated for other industries.
Limited drops.
Yeah, I mean, that's really more of an AP thing. I mean, every watch brand does limited stuff, and they kind of always have. But
and celeb ambassadors have always existed.
Yes, definitely. There's always been celeb ambassadors, so it's not really a new thing. I mean, these are still.
It feels streetwear though, no?
Yeah, I mean, there's more crossover than ever with streetwear and expensive watches.
Sure.
So
thanks, Ben Baller.
Yeah.
How does the racism in the watch industry manifest itself?
There's a lot.
And sexism too, right?
Yes, definitely.
Let's focus on racism.
Again, like I was saying with the Travis Scott thing, I mean, people didn't like it. I think a lot of people didn't like it just because it was Travis Scott.
Because it was brown.
I mean,
they were racist against the actual watch.
Just the different comments I get.
For white ceramic.
Yeah. The comments I get when I have a person of Asian descent, perhaps, or a different type of.
That's why I've never been on.
I get, I do a lot of videos. Yeah, it's true. The videos I do at Chen's in Chinatown, which is the spot I go to.
Which are some of the best.
Definitely.
That's your boy.
Yeah, Chen is my boy. Shout out Chen on Mott Street. He is a legit watchmaker, watch collector, and watch dealer. Yeah, he fixes watches.
Yeah.
And so did his father and his grandfather. Yet when I post these videos, I just bought this Patek in Chinatown from Chen. People are like, it's got to be fake. Guaranteed fake. Wow. You're an idiot. I thought I knew what you were doing. It's from China. I honestly cannot believe.
That's bullshit.
I think it has a lot to do with
Welcome to America, baby.
Yeah, the FYP.
And I spell that with 3 Ks.
I figured. I think
Thanks, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. America's Most Wanted.
Yeah. And Tupac, right?
Oh, Tupac. My bad. I'm racist.
Yeah. They all sound the same.
FYP pay. Let's move on.
So you're getting a lot of anti-Asian sentiment in your comments.
It's just something I notice, and I notice it a lot.
Because it hits the algo and everyone.
Because I think it spreads out more so than on Instagram. It's
it goes this way to the right, maybe.
It goes somewhere in between California and New York.
What about if you have like a rapper on who is a person of color? The comments also is out of pocket.
Definitely a similar element. I'm shocked they have this nice. Why are you shocked?
Oh, that is not some bust down bullshit. That is actually like Clint's fucking Onyx dial shit or whatever. That's fucking sick.
I think people respect and fear Clint, so I don't get as much on the Clint videos. And he has exceptional taste. And Clint is actually a genius, I have to say. And he has amazing taste in watches. Anyway, enough glazing. I don't really get
Clint on the pod. We've been trying through so many different fucking.
Well, he's here for like 24 hours.
Yeah, and he's in and out. He usually hits me up when he's already here.
Okay. He's touched down and he's like, let's go shopping.
I mean, not exactly that, but I mean, I feel like he would do well on here. I think it'd be.
Are you kidding me? He's definitely like someone that is attainable. That's like a Grail guest for
Does he know about?
I think through Bar.
We don't need to beg for guests.
Has Bar been on here?
Yeah, the old show.
Yeah,
Bar's the best.
We need to beg for guests on pod.
I can.
Well, I
can.
Drake
and Clint.
Well, they're buddies.
Mm-hmm.
What would you be doing if you never caught the bezel bug?
I'd probably still be a DJ, which we didn't talk about, which I was a DJ for 15 years.
Would you be dead?
No, probably not, but I'd be more depressed.
Yeah.
Did you hate it?
DJing?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end, I hated it.
Why do you hate it so much? What was so bad?
It was just such burnout. First of all, I mean, I'd done it for 15 years. It got to a point where the other thing about it is you're not necessarily making more money year over year as a DJ. Like I feel like the fashion gigs now pay the same they paid 10 years ago, and sort of like the club gigs. Okay. I mean, listen, we're not talking about a Diplo level,
right.
Typically more of like grinding DJing in the city and
like Isaac likes level.
Yeah, I mean Isaac's crushing it, to be honest. But yeah.
What's your budget?
Yeah.
What's your requests?
But yeah, towards the end, it was just getting depressing. I didn't care about it anymore. I didn't listen to music recreationally anymore.
Damn.
Yeah, I really burned out. I hated it. I also don't drink, and I never drank in my entire life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was
Ever?
always at these
You're a
clubs sober.
teetotaler.
I'm totaling tea.
Okay. Interesting. I did not know that.
Damn.
I thought you got
T and
sober.
cunty. You're just a fucking drag.
When you
queen,
hear
bro.
about a sober ex-nightlife guy, you assume that he was
Exactly.
a rock bottom.
People think
type.
I'm in recovery,
Yeah, no.
but
So DJing was so terrible it turned you off from music. That sounds bad.
and nightlife and
Damn.
going out.
Do you go out? I mean,
Never.
I see. You
I
out.
mean, you
like bars.
Yeah.
I mean, once
Clandos.
a month.
Sure.
Yeah, clandestino. Or after hours in the back of Scars. But no, I
Right.
mean, I really don't go out, but I did for a very, very long time. I mean, everything led me to watches, starting with like skateboarding and punk rock.
Right.
Then
Was music something you're obsessed with to the point you're obsessed with watches, and then it's just kind of like
I was for a
Transfer.
few years, like from teenage years up until like 23.
okay.
And then
Well-
after that, I was like,
What did you spin primarily? Were you a hip hop guy,
at the ver-
house guy?
Yeah,
or-
towards the end, it was hip hop because I was playing,
Right.
fashion parties.
right. Okay.
So, it was a lot of hip
I'm
hop.
just a fashion killer.
Exactly. But at the beginning, it was really just like hipster dive bars in the mid 2000s,
Okay.
like Smith's, Clash.
We saw
Pure.
that. We saw that 21-year-old.
oh yeah,
or
we
whatever.
saw
like
your
that?
21-year-old
Yeah.
post too. Okay.
Fucking
Yeah.
MGMT ass motherfucker.
Yeah, my man looked like he ran hipster runoff, bro.
I mean,
God
but
damn.
by the time MGMT came around, I was in my mid 20s.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're old soul.
More of a Phoenix guy. So
Mhm.
besides, if you're off music and you don't party, what are your hobbies and interests besides watches? Like currently, that you still currently
Honestly,
have.
I don't really have very many.
Really?
Damn.
Like travel, which is such like a
Stew?
corny answer. I do like cooking. I like food.
Travel's not a corny answer.
I just
where
feel
you-
like it's like it's like a Tinder profile. I love to travel.
Fair. Where are you trying to go this year?
I'm going to Tokyo in less than a month.
Fuck yeah.
My-
Yo, your Tokyo map was crazy, by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
I wasn't able to visit any of them.
Better that way.
Maybe an izakaya or two, actually. I
Okay.
think like I took some of your food stuff, but a lot of like watch stuff, I was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
You are a gourmand. Straight up.
I guess you could say gourmand. Better
Yeah.
than foodie.
Yeah. Well, no, we
Yeah.
don't. We
A
don't,
bone-
we don't
a
throw
slur.
the F word around.
That's a slur.
Exactly.
We say
That's the
bon-
only F word you don't use.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Jesus.
It's true. Bon vivant? Maybe?
Bon vivant, sure.
Okay,
Gadabout?
Tokyo. Do you go anywhere? A flaneur? Do you go
Oh,
anywhere
yeah,
in
I like
Japan
them.
besides Tokyo, or just?
I've
Edo.
been other places, but I'm pretty obsessed with Tokyo, where I go and I just stay there for 3 weeks and I don't. Oh, I'm gonna go to Kyoto and go to the bamboo forest and like.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done Naoshima, I've done Kobe and Osaka. I've actually never done Kyoto. Apparently, they're having
It's
a
fun.
tourism crisis.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Kyoto?
overrun.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, dude, the amount of
overrun.
fucking Maya monkeys I saw when I was there was disgusting.
Mm.
when you go to Japan, how long are you going for this?
I'm
Time?
going for like
3
3
weeks.
weeks.
So are you going to take a break from creating content and like just
No.
like no? It's work. It's business and pleasure always.
Yeah, and I'll be buying now that I'm like buying and selling independently. I'll be buying way more.
Are you nervous at all about taking this big bet on yourself now that it's just Mike out here?
I'm nervous. Not really. I mean, I'm pretty confident.
Would you have done it without the Times profile?
Yeah,
It was going to happen. Regardless.
Yeah, I would have done it without the Times profile for sure.
Do you ever get sick of the shit? Like the way that you kind of got burnt out on music? Like, do you ever feel yourself kind of, because every day and like, even when you're traveling and taking time for yourself and still doing it, like,
Making the content is I'm more prone to burnout versus the watches. I
Right.
don't really get burned out on the watches, but making the content when it's like 10 p.m. I'm like, fuck, I have nothing to post tomorrow.
Right.
when was the last time you didn't post something?
Yeah, I didn't post 2 days ago, I think.
Wow.
How did you feel?
I mean, I'll intentionally take a day off. here.
Dopamine
I had just done
levels extremely low.
Yeah. I did the Miami Beach Antique Show, which is like the biggest antique show in the country where dealers come from all over the world.
Right.
So I was surrounded by watch dudes for like 4 days, but in those 4 days,
I know it smelled
I
crazy.
got like
in there.
20. Yeah, it does. And I got like 20 videos in those 4 days. So I was like coasting off that stuff. And those videos did pretty well.
And when you post something, do you just let it rock, or are you like constantly checking in, like, what are the comments saying?
Actually,
is this
what's
going
funny is
crazy?
I probably use the app way less than average for the average
Mhm.
than the average creator. Like I make the video, I'll check in once an hour or two later to see how it's doing. And then I might close the app for the rest of the day.
What's your screen time?
Lower than you think, probably. I don't know what it is, but it's probably lower than you think.
Over under 7 hours.
Oh, it's got to be under. I spend more time on CapCut, which is the editing app,
Right.
than I do on
Making
TikTok.
the
for
content
sure.
stuff.
Oh, no. Screen
That's
time
screen time.
total.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I never even check. You want me to check? I swear to God, I don't even. You're gonna have to tell me how to check.
Swipe
You just
to the
search screen
left.
time. You just like pull down and just search screen time.
All right, here we
No,
go.
like not like fully down, a little down. Yeah.
Like
there
a
you go.
grandma here.
Screen. Yeah.
What do you think it's going to be?
We're going to go over under. It's going to be over 7.
I'm going to say over 7.
Yeah, you're going to be over 7.
You have it?
Oh my God! It's how is this possible?
Well,
24.
hold the mic. to close to your mouth and
Sorry.
embarrass yourself.
Oh my God.
Oh no! let me see.
How is it 10 hours, 45 minutes?
Jesus Christ, Mike!
It's down 14% from last week.
Oh my God. You broke 12.
Bro, you're out of control. You have a problem.
How? But
Are you bit-
what
are you
doing?
like-
How? You're
you
on
scrolling?
CapCut for 11 hours, brother.
Are you scrolling on like
I really,
IG or
I guess. I mean,
do you do all your emails and shit on there?
wait, the number just went up. It went to 11 hours,
Oh my
11
God,
minutes.
dude.
No,
Yeah, I do
bro.
emails and stuff. Of course, I really would have never guessed that to me.
Oh, you just got so hard publicly,
Whoa,
bro.
that's really sickening. Actually.
Yeah.
Have you ever delete? Let's try to bring this back.
Sure.
From the brink. That was embarrassing. I'm not even that.
How are you?
Wow.
No, what are you?
I don't even
like,
know what I'm doing
Are
on
you
there.
shocked and appalled?
I'm a little bit shocked.
Yeah,
I
are
would
you
have guessed 4 hours.
What? A third?
I don't know what's average. It's not something I even consider. Like people
I'm like-
talk about their
I'm like-
steps.
I'm like
I don't know about
7.
steps either.
I'm like 7-ish, which is good. I used to be 8, and I'm like, I need to, that first hour in the morning, I need to not be on my phone.
so why do we need to lower the number?
Well, 11 hours is a lot of.
I'm at 3 hours today.
Go back. What was last week? Your average?
Surprised you've been awake for 3 hours.
Last week, 6 hours, 6
Okay.
minutes. So I'm under 7.
I think a lot of it is
That's
at
still
night
too
in
much.
bed when I'm doing the edits.
course.
When I'm like,
Also, as an individual entrepreneur, you're probably doing a lot of work on your phone,
yes.
and I think it does measure. I think sometimes it measures background shit. Like
Maybe.
friends that have kids, like if they have just like their baby monitor up, and I'm not saying you have children that we don't know about.
Mhm.
Just like monitoring their kids, that counts as like phone time. So maybe you have some shit. I don't know, some watch shit.
Have you ever deleted a video or had like for any reason and why? And
I haven't deleted a video because of content. There was like a few weeks ago, Jake Wolf called me up in a panic.
Oh no!
He's like, "Did you look at your video?" I'm
Uh-oh.
like, "No." He's like, it's an hour. It's only like 300 views, and mine are all doing the same. I'm like, "Well, it's not normal numbers for you."
Oh,
but
you
I'm
guys were
saying,
like getting
whoa! No, I'm just kidding. Shout out Jake Wolf.
you guys were getting suppressed that day or whatever.
Everyone was, and then I
Okay.
looked online, like so I mean, I just deleted the video
and reposted it later.
2 days later. Like
Right.
it was like a crisis that creators were having.
The creator crisis
Yeah.
of 2024.
Or if a video does like
Black
unusually poorly, I will take it down and do a recut and repost
Got it. Okay.
But I typically don't delete. Or
What's your besides like having to keep up? Like, what are your pet peeves around just the content creator world in general?
that it exists, that I have to do it every day.
Yeah.
What about like the other people in it? Like, that's got to be
My For You
fucking
page is
terrible.
really weird. I don't get any watch content. I don't consume any watch
Just
content.
titties.
just titties and cars.
There's not that many. No cars. I don't really care
All
about that.
titties.
I get food stuff,
Okay.
cat stuff.
Okay.
Oh, right. You're a
Japan
cat. You're-
stuff?
You're
Oh,
a cat
nice.
guy.
Yep.
How many cat? Do you have one cat? Or
I have one cat,
Okay.
Tamago.
Eggy.
Yeah, egg.
Means egg in Japanese.
The heir to the Mike
Glad we have a
Nouveau
translator
fucking fortune.
What about like having to deal with other content creators? Because that's such a cottage industry in and of itself. And like
collab?
everybody needs to work together. We need to collab. We need to link up. Like, what is that? How does that affect your
Well,
brain
I do.
and mood?
I have a group chat
Oh, God.
with some there's a few I think TF alums.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
a creator chat.
Yeah, Mark Boudelier.
Yeah.
Shout out Mark.
Who I think
Well,
his episode is no longer
it got
available.
removed because of
Was wiped.
DMCA
Yeah.
takedown on the outro music. Sorry, Mark. I don't think we've said that before.
I think so. Yeah.
Who else? Nolan's in there. Nolan White.
Shout out Nolan.
So his boss, Aaron Levine, has been on the show.
Okay, there we go. And Nolan will be with me in Japan as
Yes.
well.
Nice.
Our friend Bailey, you know Bailey,
I know. Yep, Bailey.
little scamp.
Yeah.
Is Isaac in the chat?
Isaac's in
Another
the
alumnus?
chat.
Isaac's the one that
Or-
dresses like a Victorian child, right?
No,
Yeah, that's
Bailey.
Isaac. That's
No,
Isaac.
no, that's Bailey.
Bailey. Yes,
Yeah.
Bailey dresses like a ghost of a Victorian child.
Like a chimney sweep.
Yeah. You know Tati, Illuma Tati.
Don't know Toddy. No.
Mm-mm.
She's cool. She's in there. She's the one that did that like make Instagram again campaign that like Kim K reposted.
Oh, damn.
Got
no.
like a trillion.
And you guys
she
like-
has a few million.
Are you
on
guys
there.
like, let's go to Washington Square Park and like,
No. We almost never collab. It's really just about complaining
Right.
about the algorithm and stuff.
Mike, have you seen the views? It's bad. Take it down.
No.
Take it down. Yeah.
complaining about other content creators.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, like shit talking. Cool kids table type
everything.
shit.
We're roasting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Nice.
But we send each other the links when we post. Like, oh, can you please want blah blah blah.
Oh, right,
Like,
right,
blah, blah,
right.
blah,
comment,
blah, blah.
like
Yeah.
a comment. Best practice.
Can I please have a crumb of like?
one like, sir?
Mhm.
Mike, how much money do you make?
God, it's really going to change now. I don't know if it's going to change up or down, but it's certainly going to change. It's hard because I'm really in like a eat what you kill business. And if I do,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
if I do nothing for a week, I don't make any money.
Yeah.
So really like, God, it's tricky.
Are you eating off of TikTok?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit for sure.
What are you doing?
but what's-
Fucking eligible for commission watch sales on there?
No,
Like,
but what's funny is there's no sponsored content. There's maybe one sponsored post ever. Whereas like everyone else in this chat is making their living off of that.
Right.
That's why I thought, I kind of throw in a fashion video or two here or there.
So the TikTok is really it's like marketing for yourself to kind of
The money's in the watches.
Yeah.
The really, if you have to break it down, the videos raise awareness of my existence, and then people bring me watches.
You are the watch guy.
I guess so.
As far as
For better or worse.
Yeah, for better
But
or
probably
worse.
for better at this point.
Yeah,
Since
and
you could be self-employed. And
Also,
do your
I'm in
thing.
the TikTok creativity fund, whatever it's called, which pays a little bit, a couple grand a month.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's not bad, bro.
No, it's not. No, it's
pretty
not. It's like if you get 1 million views, you're probably getting like $800.
Oh, that's like
How
good
often do you hit a milli?
every day.
Not as
B.
often as not as often as I would like. Once a month.
What's your most viewed video?
There's like a 14 million viewer.
What was that about? What
It was
the
me
content?
getting a custom made to measure watch strap from Jean Rousseau, who are like the best strap makers.
How much is a strap like that?
I think that one was like 600 something bucks, but you can get them for 100. Like I did all the bells and whistles for the video.
Got it.
$800. I mean, that's enough to feed Tamago for a month,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then the
Half a
video
month.
Give
paid
them that
for
half
the
month.
strap and then a lot more. So
Yeah. Oh, and it got me like insane followers, and that was a good time to have like a video like really
Good.
go nuts.
Hell yeah.
Besides watches.
Yes.
And besides, let's say
We didn't talk about fashion.
No, we didn't.
Oh well.
Well, maybe we'll come up because we want to know.
Yeah, we want to know, what do you like to spend your hard-earned money on?
I actually don't spend money a lot. I
but
really,
John's, right? You kind of were
I'm
teeing that up.
I'm having a John resurgence a little
nice.
bit.
Hell yeah, dude.
I literally went 10 years not caring at all.
That's probably why we didn't talk about fashion.
Well, I mean, the starts of this were Rick and Colm and Junior,
Right.
Paul Hart in the 2000s.
Did you sell a lot of that to fund your watch habit?
Not to fund it, but I did sell a lot of it. I still have a bunch of old Paul Hart, and I have a lot of old Colm and Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bust out the Rick again. Become a Rick guy.
Do you know what I did? I actually hired somebody from TaskRabbit. This is not sponsored. Who came over, like a stylist woman, and like dug through my closet, figured out like literally 200 items that I didn't wear, and she photographed and measured every single one, and then sent it to me on a spreadsheet, and then I get listed it all on Grail.
Oh, she just did the hard work.
Did all the hard work, and by the time I was up to like uploading number 10, the first ones were selling
Nice.
already.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude.
So yeah, I purged a lot.
Are you getting back into it? Is it?
Yeah, but
you
not
feel the-
not
you
on
feel the
like
itch?
not on like the same level.
What's tickling your pickle?
I still love like the Japanese brands. I still love like I mean,
Visvim?
yeah, I have like a pair of Visvim jeans that I got last year in Japan. I like Capital Visvim freewheelers. I love
Mhm.
I love the the Japanese denim brands. I like Oni Samurai.
You're a standard and strange type ass.
No, more of a
motherfucker.
self-edge guy.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Shout out Self Edge.
But really, I just buy all the shit on Yahoo Japan.
Yeah, right.
For
When
a third of the price.
When you go there, going to go with like a half empty suitcase and like really get into it.
I ship stuff back.
I'll
actually.
share my map with you because I feel like there's more. You had John stuff on there, but it was like undercover.
yeah,
Comme des Garçons.
Capital stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sure. I actually, what I was doing was I found like the designer, what's her name, Yoko Sakamoto.
Okay.
They sell it at Colbo
She broke up the
and
Beatles,
CHCM.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They sell
Oh yeah, no, it's Cedar Cobble. Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, that's cool stuff. And I was like, okay, let me go on the website here, see who stocks them in Tokyo, then see what else they stock. Because these are all like CHCM
See, this is
shops in Tokyo,
Gotcha.
which were not on my list. And now I have like 50 of them on my
Right.
list.
this is how true John's enthusiasts.
A
This is the
Johnsman.
hunt,
This is the discoverability.
and this is like
factor.
the watch hunter mentality that you're taking over to John's. Which like don't get lost in the sauce. All right, I'm telling you right now. But yeah, people are just like, how do I find new brands? Like go to the good stores and see who they
people
stock.
stock is.
Yeah, these people are curating these shops.
Yo, what's
For a
the
reason.
logistics and or legality of, okay, you go to Japan, you cake up on hella watches, you got to declare them. Do you ship them back? Do you sneak them in the suitcase? Not
Well, I
to
haven't
get you
really,
busted,
I haven't
but-
really
Up the
done
butt,
it yet.
up the butt.
What is the what are you supposed to do?
Well, I'll tell you what, the best thing honestly to do is just ship it back via FedEx and do everything correctly.
yeah.
Up the butt.
I mean, listen, if you want to put something up your butt, there's plenty of
How'd you put
opportunities
it-
in Tokyo for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's true.
And you don't even need to go to Japan, dude. We
Yeah,
could
I
be the
mean,
greatest
you-
city in the world of sticking things up your butt.
Yeah, you go to Germany. Have you put a watch up your butt?
Never.
Okay.
Just had to be clear.
Yeah.
Had to be
All right.
sure.
Okay, so John's. That's where we're going to start spending the money. Assuming that
I'm
there's
not
money
saying
to be
that,
spent.
but I think this is such a John-centric pod.
Yeah.
The only
Well,
pod that matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, we get into the weird. I had an era that a lot of people are only now approaching, like
feel like-
very gothy and
Right.
But you support a lot of your friends now, whether it's Awake or Cortez, Fugazi, it's Awazi, it's Woozy, whatever.
exactly.
Oh, the video with Trev about the Louis Vuitton watch,
Yeah,
that
that-
also was a thing that was like a domino effect. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was like probably the watch. I hate saying it myself. If other people want to talk about, Yeah, that watch went fucking crazy after that video, and there was articles about that video.
Right.
Really?
And when I did the video, I didn't know who Trevor was.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was me meeting him.
but
So
that's
this really
credit-
is
yeah.
this is the Mike Nouveau effect.
I guess so.
But
yeah,
also
that
credit
video.
to Trevor because he's a fucking genius. And
Yeah, definitely.
Hence the taste
No, he
level
has
of
good,
having the watch.
yes, he has good taste. What's funny is Mr. Enthusiast, who we mentioned earlier, had 2 or 3 of those watches
Wow.
sitting. And the reason I even spotted it, not the reason I spotted it, but the reason I even brought it up was because him and I were sitting outside Colbo,
Yeah.
and Trevor walks in, who I had never seen in my fucking life. And people are like, oh, this is set up. It's Trevor. I'm like, I never knew him before that.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. I saw this kid wearing the Louis Vuitton Monterey 2, which is a Louis Vuitton watch from the 80s made by IWC, whatever. And he's wearing it. And he walks in and I say to Mr. Enthusiast, I said, do you see what he's wearing? I was like, no. I'm like, he's wearing the Monterey 2. He's like, what?
Yeah.
And he looks in. He's like, I'm going to try to buy it right off that fucker's wrist.
Whatever happened? What ended up happening?
So I start recording, 1000% authentic. They're going back and forth. They're trying to negotiate. And in the end, he's like, he didn't sell it.
Wow.
And I thought the video was going to fly.
How much was he offering at its highest?
I think maybe $3,000 at the time.
Wow.
They were probably worth 1,500, and
Okay.
Trevor had paid 600.
Wow.
Like within a year.
Crazy.
So really, like
And what are they going for now?
Yeah.
$3,000.
What's the mic?
we sold
Nouveau
2
effect.
for around $20,000.
What?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
The thing is, they are
Yeah.
rare.
$20,000?
Yes, they are rare, but people were not paying attention to them because it's a funny combination. It's Louis Vuitton, which is collectible, but you think it's a fashion watch. So what fashion watches are collectible? But it's made by IWC, which is a very legit
Yeah,
brand.
of course.
And it was made
Portuguese,
by
right?
No, they're from Schaffhausen.
Oh, fuck.
Um,
I went for it.
they have a watch called the Portuguese. Which is
There
what's
he
doing it for you.
is. There he is.
Got to the bottom of that real quick. So it's an interesting combination of things with this watch. And, we did the video. I thought it was going to be a throwaway video. It got like 4 million views. People were going fucking nuts.
Damn, that's Trev for you.
Then I like go on like Reddit. People are like, does anyone want to buy Louis Vuitton Monterey 2? Like 10 posts like that.
Jesus
I was like, okay, people are really looking for this thing now.
20 grand.
And it's a watch I never thought about, a watch I would never wear. They're actually pieces of shit, to be honest. Mechanically, they're pieces of shit. And like, I don't know if I've ever even seen a fully 100% working correctly, one that's functioning
fire,
at 100%.
Well,
And
watches aren't there to tell the time.
Yeah.
I'd love to buy your broken timepiece for $20,000.
people were buying the broken ones for
Wow.
10 grand.
Damn.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, no, that was a crazy one.
What is a large purchase, not watch related, that you've made recently that you came to highly regret?
God, I don't really know if there's any.
Yeah, because you're a saver.
I'm telling you, I do not spend money.
Do you go out? Do you eat crazy meals?
Occasionally, but I cook more than anything. But I'll do like a $500 omakase at like Sushi Nods or something like that.
Okay.
Like I like that, but it's not every week for sure.
Where the eel is
Scars
nomadic.
Omakase your number one?
No, but I do love it. I think it's great. You liked it, right?
And pretty good deal for what you're paying.
Value
yeah,
play,
I
right?
think the price will probably have to go up if I had to guess.
Oh, shit. Get in now while the getting is good.
Yeah, I'm trying. I would love to buy an apartment at some point in my life,
Right.
Which would be
You
obviously
and every other New Yorker.
I know.
Good luck, brother.
I know.
Sell some more watches.
I have to.
Mike,
Yes.
as someone who is very much in our world, in our hearts, even in our loins,
Yeah, who we love and respect.
after going through this experience with the only podcast that matters, do you have any constructive criticism that you'd like to give us as we kind of like continue to forge our own path?
Yeah, we're all ears.
Well, if you're truly moving into New York City, aka Manhattan, for the podcast, I think
Yes.
that'd be a big improvement.
Work Island, as
Yeah.
the TikTokers say.
So
Yep.
we should get it off. We get that office.
So next time I won't have to walk 30 minutes from the L train to record.
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's on you, dude.
No, I mean, you guys are the best. You guys are truly like the best, I'd say.
Thanks.
For this glazing session.
Yeah, we really are
Yeah.
setting
No,
up.
I
a
really-
little
It's really
glaze
sticky
set.
over
No,
there.
I gotta
will
tell you,
say that.
what's funny is when Isaac went on,
Yeah.
when Isaac came on, when was that? 2 years ago or when was that?
Pretty bad.
Long time ago.
Yeah, minute.
He was so fucking excited and I was roasting him. I'm like, nobody cares about this. I don't know what this is.
Wow.
I've never heard of this.
What the
Like,
fuck, dude?
no, I swear to God. But
Sounds like you're being a little QP, and by that I mean cunty, perpetually. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
and I wasn't a podcast guy. And
You and us both.
I listened to his podcast. I was like, oh, this is unlistenable. and then but then I started listening and I was like, this is truly a podcast that I almost like never miss.
Woo! Thanks.
And
Fuck
I'm
yeah,
a Patreon subscriber.
Thank you.
I think it's $2.50 a month, the lowest tier.
Yeah. Well,
$5?
Five.
$5.
We'll give you a discount.
Well, when it's $2.50 to each of us.
Right.
Right. Figured.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the highest tier?
20.
Well, you can actually do whatever you want, but the highest one we've locked in is 20.
And you could do a yearly for 57. A little dealio. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Well, we appreciate your patronage and all the kind words.
Also, I think it's very important, which a lot of big podcasts are still not doing, is the video. And I see some of your videos popping off on TikTok.
Yeah.
And that's free content.
Yeah.
Do you think we should start doing man on the street, men's
No.
fucking shit on
Absolutely.
TikTok?
How much does your outfit cost? You know, that kind of shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, I understood.
Do you understand the bit I'm doing right now?
Yeah, I understand.
Yo, what's the number one red flag in a fucking fat-titted bitch? Yeah, anyway.
No comment.
We shouldn't do that. Because, like, honestly, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes we see, like, that stuff happen. And it's a bit like, whoa, were they kind of like eating our lunch on Tiki-Taki?
Well, you know what? I do think that if you wanted to, I thought you guys were way above that. But
Oh, yeah.
well, I don't know. What's the goal? More viewers, more
More
bag, bigger bags.
more-
Open the funnel.
Customers.
Yeah, more open the funnel for more patrons.
I mean, you could
more
definitely
views.
have like a Throwing Fits network of all different shit. Other podcasts,
Yeah.
the Mike and Jake Wolf Hour.
Oh, sure. Right.
Yeah.
Would you ever do a pod? There's watch pods. I mean,
maybe
Jeremy
I-
does watch pods, you know?
Yeah, shout out Jeremy. Maybe I would. I don't know. It just seems like so much
You have the
work.
time for it.
And
Yeah.
I think the worst
Yeah.
thing is like doing it and then 3 months later quitting.
Yeah, you got
I'm sure that happens. I'm sure you watch that
Oh, that's
happen
every
all the time.
most podcasters.
Yeah.
Consistency is
You got to
key,
lock
as
in
you
for what, 5 years now?
I mean,
for Throwing Fits.
Is
Yeah.
really that long?
For TF, we started in January 2020.
Wow.
And-
And are most episodes still online?
Yeah, except for Mark Boudelet.
Yeah, that's one episode.
And then
like
the
this
pod
episode is such trash.
and
We're
then-
getting rid of it.
And then the show before that, we started in 2016. So we've been doing it for.
Was that like the same format? I don't know anything about that.
No. I don't think so.
no.
I don't know. They're, whatever. Who
So you
knows?
started like on YouTube for Complex, right? Is that,
Started on
is that what
sound, no,
Yeah.
started on, well, kind of, but then failing up, started on SoundCloud.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, wow.
One
It's
microphone.
been a journey. You were still DJing.
single mic? Yeah, I was still DJing. That was a dark
You were
room on
DJing
Ludlow
on
Street.
SoundCloud. We were potting on
We were
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
podcasting about the newfound phenomenon of Snapchatting buttholes.
Wow.
Hole pics.
That's how old it was people were
hole pics were
snapping.
new
snapping
phenomenon.
holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they just have holes in their watches. All right, Mike.
Mhm.
Thank you for
Thanks,
coming
Mike.
on to the only
Thank you so much for
podcast
having me.
that matters.
Oh,
yeah.
yo, dude,
Where can the kids follow you?
Yeah. What do you want to plug?
You can follow me at Mike Nouveau on Instagram and TikTok. That's really it.
Twitter?
No, my Twitter's private. I think.
Okay. Word.
Yeah.
Good to know when we
Um,
promote this.
What about Reddit?
No, not on there.
No?
I view.
Lurk.
What's funny is that I posted once, like 8 years ago. I did a Christmas card with my cat that went like viral. It was the #1 post on Reddit.
Woo!
I swear to God, yeah. And the account was just like a throwaway account.
Don't
Basically.
you do a card with your cat every year?
I only did 2 or 3 of them, and
Okay.
then I'm like, this is way too much work.
Because
I don't have any ideas.
Watch Reddit seems like a scary place.
I really don't even go on there.
The
to be
dregs
honest.
of society.
But is it
Well,
is it
I'll
a
tell you
bad
what.
place?
Reddit Watch Exchange, I would say, is a great place. There's not many places for end users to trade watches for free. eBay's
Oh.
taking a cut. PayPal's taking
Right.
a cut.
Oh, good point.
Like Watch Exchange, as long as you could vet each other, I think is a good place to find accessible
Like a
watches.
swap skis.
I mean, you could buy, sell, trade. But
Oh, right,
I always
right.
tell people if like, oh, I want to sell this watch. I see it listed for $10,000. Well, you will never get $10,000 for it.
Right,
You will sell it to a dealer who needs to make money, and then they
Right.
will sell it for $10,000.
Got it.
So probably the best way to sell a watch that you own, you know, if it's under $5,000, is probably Reddit Watch Exchange. And I look at it occasionally,
All right.
but I don't really post.
Well, you learn something new every day, folks. Reddit, good.
All right, so follow this man and tap in. Chef, take us out.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.